The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD Black, the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear in association with ACT Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games the Shop. I am your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Ammon Fox, as we are here for day 3 of the qualifiers of Season 3. Yes, it is Season 3 indeed. Foxy, how do you feel tonight?
Oh, I feel amazing, Blackjack. Thank you for asking. But look at this. We're back here. Season 3. I did take a little bit of a break here. You had to be accompanied by Dr. Dang, but looks like I'm back here. And we'll be witnessing this amazing season. In fact, a series of matches that I was excited to cast. We've got some amazing games coming up tonight. We've got Dark Shadow and Saber Esports facing off each other on the first match that is we're witnessing right now on Clubhouse. While the second one is going to be Team Super versus Revolutionary Veterans. The last match is going to be TRN Valiants versus King's Crew Esports. All of these teams, we did see them appear in Season 1 and Season 2 for that matter. But let us see if they will finally get that spot for themselves in Season 3 or not. That out of the way, let's take a quick look at the bans. Thatcher, Jackal, and Kaid get taken off the board. And the final ban from Seva Esports is going to be Echo. Seva Esports will be starting off on defense first, while Dark Shadow will be on attack. And one thing we've got to notice here is that Seva Esports, they did start off as a really good team, especially when it came to the Season 1 qualifiers. They just could not cut through the qualification stage. Too much competition, took a break. Season 2 was their, I'd say it was a little more of an hibernation period for them. We did not see them participate in the Season 2 either. Finally, Seva Esports is back here on Season 3 with a new, very fresh, very powerful and very promising roster. That is Darkseid, Skiffy, Chris Ross, Warhead and Angrybot from the side of Seva Esports. While we have Natsu, Poison, PP in Distress, Mystic and Deadshot on the side of Dark Shadow. So it looks like I'm just being drawn to the dark side now. So Blackjack, any thoughts you have of going into this match here? Clubhouse is a map that we've been seeing playing quite a lot in the TEC league. Will we see, in fact, for that matter, wait a minute, look at the operator selection and look at where these defenders are going to. Is this SSG Romstad coming up right at the bat for Seva Esports? The Mutant and the Mozzie on top, the reinforcements are happening as well. The Vigil is being put into use and the castle. I don't really need to emphasize this any more than it already is. The SSG Romstad being employed by Seva Esports right off the bat in the first round while they go to Church and Arsenal.
Oh, absolutely. Coming off with the big plays right off the bat, Save Esports on this defense. Of course, we all know how important it is to get your defensive rounds in your tally of in the initial phase of the game, the first half, if you will. And if this goes well for the side of Save Esports, they could definitely pull something massive off here. Of course, not to underestimate Dark Shadow in the slightest, because again, some of these names and some of these players, they've been here for a long time when it comes to Rainbow Six, and experience beats talent every single day of the week. So with that in mind, looks like we already have a take coming in towards stocks from the side of Dark Shadow's attackers as Warhead. The mute is actually on the top floor. Continuing with the roam strat, the Save Esports have brought out. Therma's going to be going inside of kitchen through cold room as shots are fired by the Vigil into stocks. There is somebody in there, maybe, from the looks of things. Lots of wall bangs happening. Rotations being opened up by the attacking Soft Breach. That is the Zofia, that is Mystic, as well as Buck, and shots are fired by Angrybot. Looks like Natsu took a little bit of damage right there, but nothing too major. He's on half HP, still alive for the time being. Skiffy, he's in bar with the Vigil, got his gadget up to save himself from drones, trying to find an angle to any of the attackers that are in the vicinity. He will see the Zofia, but no, not be able to take him out as PP in this just has taken an Angrybot in the meanwhile. The Zofia finally goes down, Skiffy gets that kill, and Warhead takes another, making it a 3v4 in favor of Save Esports, nice and quickly into the round. A minute 42 left on the clock for these teams, as Dark Shadow in a little bit of distress. They can definitely pull it back from here. It's just one body, one of the roamers to be taken down to equalize, but will they be able to do that? Natsu on the second floor right here. He's got Skiffy slowly sneaking up behind him. Does he know that the Vigil is coming? No, he doesn't. He hasn't looked up. He turns around, but he won't be able to connect at all. Skiffy with a nice headshot onto Natsu, and that leaves Poison and Deadshot left alive for the side of Dark Shadow. They've got to make a play happen. Both the hard breachers, that is, Hibana and a Thermite. Minute 10 on the clock for them. As Save Esports looks like the SSG roam strat is going to be working out for them nice and well. Poison's got the diffuser, so that could be used in their favor as the Vigil, that Skiffy is going to go down. Finally, lots of damage done by the Vigil, but he will be taken out of the board. But you still have Warhead on the second floor, while Chris Ross and Darkseid are in sight. One in Church and one in Arsenal. The kitchen hatch is being opened by Hibana, and looks like it might be a kitchen hatch focus from the side of the defenders. But you have Chris Ross right in deep Arsenal, right by this weapons closet for that matter. He's got a good position for himself and plenty of goo mines to help, and the crossfire being established by Darkseid. Warhead's trying to make a play back to side. Of course, the flank from the mute might just give him an advantage, as there's a dirt push from the Thermite as well. Flashbangs being thrown in, but the Legion will find the Thermite, leaving it a 1v3 right now, all down to Hibana, who will find the Legion for that matter. It's a 1v2 right now, but no, the castle has come into sight, and Darkseid will clean up onto Poison, giving Save Esports round 1.
That was a clean round coming in from the side of Seva Esports, using the strategy to perfection. In fact, they did have the trades come off a little early. Definitely could have turned in the favor of the attackers if they managed to take out the solo roamer, just like you said, Blackjack. The one on the top, that was a mute, but looks like Skiffy was just there at the right place at the right time. Made that flank happen from the metal stairs and into the CCTV cache area. Got themselves the round as well. One round in the favor of Seva. They'll be heading to Jim and Bread next, and looks like Seva has indeed come prepared with the strategies that they want to employ into making their way through the elimination phase right now. Mind you guys, everybody who's watching us right now, one thing you've got to keep in mind is every single match that they're playing, that is these teams are playing, is elimination round. That means they need to keep their play top notch. They've got to make sure they survive in every single round as of now, because If they don't, they get eliminated out of the league, and you're gonna have to try their luck once again in the next qualifiers that will happen in season 4. But nobody wants to leave it to the next one. I mean, obviously, you want it right here, right now. Once you have a taste of victory, you never want to walk back away from it. That out of the way, we'll be seeing the operator roles. Very, very interesting, in fact. You've got the Jaeger and the Bomai being employed. The smoke will be bringing out the shield. Interesting. Usually we see the shield being placed on towards the side of logistics as well, but looks like that is something will be employed on towards the side of construction, and looks like rather isolated hold in terms of how they want to take this. Logistics will not be given any importance, no utility being expelled. In fact, both of those secret stash walls being reinforced, and the castle barricade comes off on that single doorway onto logistics as well. That out of the way, we'll be up and running on round 2. We've got a really good setup in terms of how the operator roles look for the side of Dark Shadow. Poison is running the Hibana once again. Mystic will be on the Zofia. Deadshot, that's the second, third Heart Breacher for that matter, as Natsu will be running the Maverick as well. Some standard drone work coming in from both these teams as of now. The defensive team, for a fact, they're sitting on drones. They're just looking at the default cameras and no other extra cameras to help them, aid them for that matter, except for the deployable cam that Castle has brought from his back pocket. Some soft breach being done. Looks like the Zofia is going to chime in as well. Skeleton key, maybe not enough, but that's, I would say, a rather wasted use of your gadgets. Oh, C4 goes out. It looks like that was spotted out, but it was actually a pre-placed one. The deployable cam working to perfection, but look at that shot from Legion. Chris Frost is going to claim the life of PP. That's one attacker down. That's your buck of the board. He's going to find another. No, he won't. He's going to light both of them up, in fact. And the Zofia is going to go for the Walton. Now she's going to make sure she pushes in from downstairs. Does Chris Frost hear? This is the real question. Poison has already got himself a kill. He does hear that. He's got to get that frag. That's a double kill for the Legion so far. He's been holding this down to perfection. The metal stairs. He's going to spot the Hibana, but the Hibana is a little too quick, and the ACOG working to his advantage. Poison is going to take down Chris Frost. Poison and Chris Frost, the only people on both these teams to make any damage to each other so far. A 3 versus 3 established. But on the other end, we did see Chris Frost getting shut down. A possible push from Skiffy is into play, but he's going to spot at the drone and just fall back for the time being. Watches the foot level hose that he's got for himself, but the Hibana is coming into the front big, and the distraction with the drone. The Hibana is going to win that fight. A 3 versus 2. Looks like Poison is on a killing spree here. He's got himself 3 kills, mind you. Triple kill is the wordplay, in fact, for the way Hibana's been putting out the kills on board. Racking all the kills for herself. He's going to spot somebody, but the pre-fires do come in under the wall bang, but Darkseid is going to be the victor of that gunfight. He takes his shots onto Deadshot. But look at that. The 4th kill comes in for Poison. 4th kill for the Hibana right here. Can he get the ace? Is the real question. It's all going to be down to the Castle Darkseid. And a 1 versus 2 clutch. Castle turns back, maneuvers. Does he find the kill? He's going to find the Hibana. That's the ace denied. But can he do the 1v1 clutch? That's a real question. Mavic's going to push up on him. And he's going to gets the 1 versus 2 clutch for Seva Esports, securing themselves the second round on board on Clubhouse against Dark Shadow. Overplay looks like Dark Shadow just cannot survive against the dark side. No.
Oh, well, unfortunate, but looks like Dark Shadow underestimated the power of the dark side right there with that 1v2 clutch. Well played by the Castle to win out that round, giving round 2 to Saber Esports, getting those first 2 rounds in nice and early. And as we've said this many times across all of the seasons we've had of the WD Black, the Esports Club League so far, that getting your defensive rounds in while playing on Clubhouse is the impetus, if you will. It is the most important thing that you can do, and the best thing to give yourself a cushion or some legroom, if you will, to play around with. And Saber Esports are definitely looking to do exactly that, because when they come around to attack and Dark Shadow onto defense, Dark Shadow will have that little bit of advantage of being able to sit where they are with all the utility they can bring. Jaeger, Womai, Goyo, Kaid, Bandit, whatever they have in their play, they will be able to bring that in, sit back, relax, chill inside, and just have a fun time. It's the attackers who have to do a lot of intel clearing, a lot of utility clearing as well. And, as people have been pointing out lately, it's just the fact that how should I? Yeah, excuse me. That the amount of utility defenders have in their hands right now, especially with Year 5 Season 2 bringing in the proximity alarm and Melusi's Banshee gadget. It's just more utility in the hands of the defenders that they can just throw in a corner and go back and hide, use the sound cues or the audio cues or visual cues, whatever they bring, and just get that kill nice and easy.
No,
I've been pointing that out lately.
Blackjack, something just interrupt you for a second. We're looking at a very interesting setup from Saber Esports here. Look at the strategy being employed by them. And looks like they're bringing all their cards on table right now. This is something I cannot remember exactly what team, but this is something off of the LATAM region. You know, they try stuff like this, and that's good. I mean, Saber, they're fighting like they mean it, and more than that, that is exactly what it is. Everything, in fact, is on stake. They lose this, they go out. It's an elimination phase, mind you. The qualifiers show no mercy for anybody, but that out of the way, Blackjack, please take the mic.
Thank you very much for that, Foxy. We did see the main breach come out from the thermite right there. Nice and quickly. Well done from Saber Esports. They want to make sure that they have their lines of sight open as the droning is coming in from, from Dark Shadow. I had my teams mixed up there. But Dark Shadow got the main breach done nice and quickly on CCTV wall, and making sure they've got their drones in the proper position, getting the intel that they need. Of course, the way Saber Esports have set up the defense, it is going to be a slightly more difficult task for the attackers to get their kills. And as we see the Zofa on the main stairs, he's going to be found by the Goyo. That's Keefe getting the first kill onto Mystic. What a play from the Goyo, lurking around the first floor bar, getting that kill as we see construction being opened up, the construction double wall from the Hibana that is poison. That is certainly going to be a point of contention for Saber Esports defender sitting inside of Cashroom. That is Warhead and Chris Ross, the Jaeger, and the Smoke. Hibana's in construction currently, as PP is going to find Skeefy. That's one defender down, and Chris Ross takes a lot of damage through the smoke canister that was deployed by Warhead. Hibana in construction is doing a lot to try and dislodge a couple of defenders here, but is it going to be enough? We've got PP the Buck from below trying to do something as well, and there we go. The smoke is going to go down. Buck is going to find one, making it a 4v3. The defenders have a bit of a task on their hand, but with about 50 seconds left in the round, Dark Shadow have to make this push, otherwise it's not going to work out. The Jaeger's down. It's a 4v2. The Hibana's made his way inside the side. That's the diffuser in Cashroom. Darkseid is going to drop the diffuser, however, with that kill through the rotation on red stairs, and that gives the diffuser in the hands of Saber Esports a big advantage for them, and Dark Shadow only have 30 seconds to make this count. It is still a 2v2 equalized man count, and not sure where PP is. We see Natsu right there on construction CCTV window, and PP is actually inside of construction itself. He's trying to push into cash. He has, but he's got to be careful as Natsu's grenade takes angry, but it's all down to Darkseid once again in a 1v2. Is he going to find the Maverick? Yes, he is. It's all down to the Buck to get the plant off, but he won't. He's going to go for the kill, but will he be able to secure it? Oh, Darkseid's just baiting at this when he gets the shotgun out, and he will get another clutch in the books for himself with the secondary shotgun. Darkseid right here, choosing not to take that first engagement purely due to range, ADSing when prone, and getting that clutch for his team. Another 1v2 for the man, giving Saber Esports round 3.
Oh boy, that was that was definitely something that I was not expecting. Looks like PP ran out of his bullets when he exchanged sights onto the server room, where I don't know why Darkseid did not choose to shoot him. He just walked straight past him, went towards the drone hole, and waited for PP to make that peek happen while he went prone. But what a clutch coming in from Darkseid. Once again, though, 1 versus 2, nothing too difficult for the man. It looks like he got himself the finishing kill in the first round as well. That was not exactly a clutch, but still, it was something that Darkseid brought out the finisher, and it looks like the finishing rounds exactly for Saber Esports so far have been done by this man. He'll be shifting to Legion as of now. Looks like this. There we go. So, for some reason, I just thought that, yeah, you heard that too as well, right? Yeah, I mean, you didn't hear that too as well. So, it looks like the game is just having like a sound bug, but we don't want to go into a reuse as it is only the movement sound bug, I think. That tends to happen sometimes. It'll be fine once you move into it.
It's actually something we've seen before on Basement of Clubhouse. I've actually called this out quite a bit back in Season 2, where the initial set of reinforcements and breaches being made, you don't hear the sound unless it's bullets being fired, right? It's a little disorienting, and I'm pretty sure you felt the effects of that very heavily right there,
Yeah.
Foxy. So,
now,
back
now
to you.
that I, now that I'm actually back to my own setup, I could notice that with far more. I would say it was a little more noticeable than I usually do. But that out of the way, we'll be seeing ourselves head into round 4. While it looks like Skiffy is trying to do the bounce off thingy with his black eyes in the Valkyrie camps. But Maverick will be doing the work. Instead, he'll be getting the stock catch. Stocks are almost getting his feet, but he's just going to choose to fall back as that hole could work. Either way, Angry Bot is going to be inside the tunnel here. He's got himself a nice angle, and more than that, I think he's got himself a shield to hold on. That is usually how we see the tunnel. There we go. The shield being put into use, and the Womai charges, so many of them, in fact. Some good emphasis put to stop the tunnel push, but right now the tunnel push won't be happening. Look at this. Everybody's inside stock room for some reason. Deadshot, PP, Natsu, and Mystic all in and around this side. The only person who's not here is Poison. And where is Poison? He's going to be... I'm not sure where he is because he's on his drone. That out of the way. A possible breach coming in anytime soon. They've got to make sure they get the kitchen hat. But as of now, they've come to a stall point. They're just watching for any possible flanks coming in from the side of Seva Esports. But nobody from the side of Seva wants to overextend themselves and take away the advantage that they already have. Warhead is going to move back now that the motor hatch has been opened. Chris Ross is holding down. He's also going to fall back. Motor hatch open, stock hatch not yet open. The kitchen hatch is also not going to be open, mind you. And looks like they want to go for a church push the way it's looking like. As I think at this point, even Seva Esports must be wondering what Dark Shadow is trying to pull off without having the kitchen hatch open so far. And that read-in should come in any moment. Now, Christos is going to go for the white peak. He's going to light up the sledge quite a lot. In fact, Mystic takes a few shots, but not enough to claim his life. And there we go. The church push is happening. Church watch will be breached in just a moment, but nothing to stop him either. The wall has been breached. Chris Ross is the only person who will be watching this run-in. He's going to find the thermite. Yes, he will. That's a quick headshot. He gets a double. Ooh. That's a really nice kill coming in from him. That's a flick, in fact. Natsu is going to drop a kill onto Darkseid. That's your man, and you carry down. In fact, Jaeger finds clue. No, he's not going to find the bug. In fact, PP is going to get that kill. He brings up the pistol. He knows there's somebody playing inside tunnel. He's got to find that frag, but the Valkyrie from the hallway is going to stop him. It's all down to a 1 versus 3, and that is it. Skiffy is going to find that last frag as well, and Seva Esports win themselves round 4, and so far undisputed win streak on Clubhouse here on our match 1 for day 3 of qualifiers for season 3.
Well then, absolutely, as you said, undisputed right here, making quick work of Dark Shadow, that is Seva Esports, giving it their absolute hardest to win this round. As a friendly reminder to all of our viewers back at home, this is of course an elimination stage, means you have to win this if you want to keep yourself alive and have a chance of getting into Division 3 for that matter. Natsu looks like he was accidentally given the Iana as an AFK pick, so he's going to be 6-picking out into the Maverick nice and quickly. Skiffy is going to bring in the Mira out of the castle on Gym Bedroom. Interesting pick right there, deciding not to go for the castle hold, and instead, that is, bringing in the Mira, probably to sit inside of bathroom. That's one of them, of course. Not really sure who's going to be putting the other one down, because there's a few spots I've seen over the course of a lot of ranked games and competitive and pro and everything else that we've seen Mira be employed. Warhead, meanwhile, making a rotate into Secret Stash from Bedroom. So that is, of course, another point that Seva Esports have to make their lives a little bit easier in this Gym Bedroom defense. No need for a bandit from the looks of things from the side of Seva as well, because, of course, they have the Mira to hold down. So even if the wall does get breached, they're not going to be worried about it even in the slightest. And that is, of course, Skiffy playing that Spanish operator. It looks like the second Mira that I was having some trouble predicting is going to be sitting inside a Secret Stash, which is also a fairly good spot for that matter. You just need to be careful of the logistics hatch behind you, and all is well, and all is said and done for that particular hold. Dark Shadow, of course, we've seen them pull out some really good gunplay, especially from the side of Poison. We saw him in that one round get almost an ace. He had a 4K. Unfortunately, he could not get the ace, and then that was Darkseid's 1v2 clutch, the first one of 2, mind you. So Darkseid having an amazing game for his team as well. Saber Esports, that is. Look at him, 7-1 already, and we're only in round 5 as Skiffy C4 is going to find Natsu. And where was that even? Was that on the hatch of logistics? Looks like it may have been.
Whoa, dude, he flew away off the hatch and down.
Indeed. All the way down to the bottom where Buck is currently. You can see the Maverick's unfortunate body right there, as that is going to leave one Heart Breacher short, a Dark Shadow. And they're going to have to rely on the other two, Poison and Deadshot, of course. They have plenty of Heart Breach capacity between themselves, but Darkseid is actually playing inside of Construction while having the Maestro with the Alda in hand. Warhead sitting inside a gym. He's got the angle on the opening on the gym bedroom corridor, as that, of course, opening has been made. As a drone may have spotted him above the hatch here on that first floor next to pool table. Meanwhile, we've got the two Heart Breachers, as I just mentioned them, making a way for a bathroom push right now. And oh no, just a little too exposed right there for that angle, as Skeefy is going to take full advantage of that, take down Poison, and that is the second kill for him this round. He's done all the fragging for his team so far. Will he be able to get a few more to his name? As there is somebody on the mid-stairs window right now. The rappel is heard out. Skeefy's going to point out the fact that there's somebody there. Flashbang's coming out from the Buck as he's going to try and hold down the push, but no, he flashes himself instead. But he has managed to crawl away to safety for the time being. Mystic coming in to support as the grenades are going to be flying from the sides in a second now. It has already. Not connecting onto anybody just yet. It is a 3v5 still with 40 seconds on the clock. Gym bedroom smoke is firing away. That's going to find the thermite and the diffuser as it's all down to 2v5. Making that a 2v4 as Angrybot is unfortunately shot Chris Ross in the head, his own teammate. The Buck, oh, the slide's gonna go down. Mystic's gonna be taken down by the Jaeger, and Jaeger's gonna find another one. Buck's gonna miss his shots as Angrybots gets that second kill on to PP. And that is gonna give Saber Esports round 5.
No, Saber Esports definitely undisputed here. 5 rounds on defense. I mean, that is something that you love to see. I mean, Balls in a way is indeed a defender favored map, but no rounds on attack from the side of Dark Shadow is something. It's a little concerning, man. I mean, I don't really think they can make it out of here, because if they happen to win the next round as well, and they're going to CCTV and Cash, they had a good run over there as well, mind you. It did essentially come down to Darkseid winning that 1 versus 2 clutch, but then again, if you're not able to win on defense, I mean, you're playing on your strong point. So maybe even with the side swap coming in, a comeback is into play. Could be. It's a possibility. But it'll all come down to the fact if Dark Shadow can stop Saber Esports in this round or not. Because once Saber Esports gets the match point in this round, there is no walking away from it. All Saber Esports will have to do after that, even if after they move to attack rather, is winning 1 single round. That is it. While Dark Shadow will have to put on 6 on board. That is a long way to go. And mind you, at least in my experience, even 1 round can be a rather long way to go. And here I'm talking about 6. That's the entire half of the match. That is a lot. That is indeed a lot. And speaking of that, Dark Shadow have got to make sure the priorities are sorted in getting this 1 round for themselves before this role swap happens after this one. That out of the way, we'll be seeing Smoke make some standard rotations, and looks like actually it's not exactly standard. The place where Warrior is making those punch holes is where the rotation is usually on, and the location where he's made the rotation is usually where the punch holes are. That then again, it does come down to the feasibility in terms of how the defender utility has been employed and how they want to hold this down. Angrybot will be holding down with the iron sight, in fact, on the MP7 on the Bandit. He's not got himself. He's actually lacking a reinforcement in the garage wall, but it only stands to see how long he can stay alive. They spot the peak coming in from the side of stock here. That is going to be PP on the Zofia. Gets on the drone. He's going to come off it right back. Nothing to find here. He's just trying to get any early frags that he can for himself, while Deadshot is going to go for the breach outside onto the main wall. Excuse me. So I just clear my throat. There we go. The main breach has happened. Nothing to stop him, in fact. And with the Maverick in play, I don't feel... Rather, there's no Maverick in play, excuse me. It's not really an emphasis in terms of what Saber Esports were trying to do. They're not trying to stop the breach at all. They want to play this a little more laid back. Zofia is going to find Warhead. That's your smoke taken off the board. No more of the denial being working. rather actually nothing. There's only one player, or rather two maybe. The bandit could have a C4. Yes, he does. That means only two C4s left for yourselves for the denial. That is, it's a little bit of a difficult task getting a denial done from a C4, but it's chance to see how the players of Seva Esports are going to convert that into a victory. Skiffy is going to light up Natsu quite a bit, and mind you, lighting up a Blackbeard on that range is definitely a ballsy move. In fact, Skiffy does get noticed by the main breach, but the push has still not happened. 3 people inside of Cash, or rather one's going to be stationed on towards outside metal. PP is going to find another kill. That is Skiffy. He was getting a little excited maybe. Yeah, he was. Yeah, getting few frags on board does give you a lot of confidence, but you've got to have yourselves the wisdom of when not to peek. Darkside is going to find a kill. That is PP in distress. Darkside is going to get another. That is dead shot as well. The push from the main breach has stopped down all by the hands of Darkside. Now the push from the side of construction is into play, but Natsu is going to go down. It's all down to Poison and Mystic. Suddenly a run that started off in the advantage of Dark Shadow is now in the advantage of Seva Esports. A 2 versus 3 essentially, and like I said, Seva Esports definitely, oh boy, Mystic is going to block the line of sight where the Hibana pellets are going to go down for Poison and Mystic. In fact, he's going to get lit up quite a lot, and now it's a gunfight that he doesn't want to be taking. Chris Ross doing so much heavy lifting, and the revive has come in. What? They don't really have that kind of time for it, but very close to the window, but he's going to get taken out. The vault has come in. Natsu making his way in while Chris Ross is going to get a kill. Darkside is going to go down. It's all down to Chris Ross in a 1 versus 2 essentially. But no time left, and Seva Esports get themselves a 6th round on board. What is going on? 0-6. 0-6, and they go to match point.
Well, yeah, about that potential comeback, Foxy. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. 6-0 on the roll swap. Dark Shadow just they're staring into the dark shadow of the barrel, that's for certain. But
it's really a little. Dark Shadow is definitely looking too scattered right now. So I would say the way they've been attacking so far, there's no structure, there's no common goal that the team is trying to achieve. It's been all over the place, man. Yeah.
They have the idea in place of going for that 2-2-1 push, right? One from behind, two here and two here, like a pincer attack. But then there's almost like no coordination that's leading them to a single room that they want to get into. Say, for instance, if you want to go to CCTV, right? They have 2 people on the breach, they have 1 person trying to push garage, and they have 2 people pushing through construction. That is perfect. But then when the main breach does happen quickly, because there's no bandit, no interference being run, even if there is a bandit, he's say not a position to interfere with the breach. After that, they just sort of don't know what to do. For the next minute, they're droning, they're trying to find a roamer, they get too preoccupied in something else, almost as if they're getting too distracted, not investing enough time on that side push, which eventually leads to Seva Esports gaining so much ground on the defense that they can just pick their gunfights with ease and get away with quite a lot that you wouldn't normally see a defensive team get away with, you know?
So, Blackjack, something I just want to add here about Dark Shadow is since I actually have happened to had a friendship with one of the players, that is the Wamai right now, the PP. We go way back, and knowing from how long this team has been playing, this team, Dark Shadow, has gone head to head, or they've even won against teams like Hawks Gaming. They've gone head to head against teams like Mercenaries, and being that caliber of a team, and today coming back to this, not something I was expecting. Definitely not, man. I'm gonna have to be honest here.
Absolutely, I would very much understand where you're coming from with that one, Foxy, because now going from what you said, head to head against MRCZ and teams like Hawks Gaming, to what we're seeing here today, yeah, not exactly the best look for a team like Dark Shadow, especially being as old as they are in the game. Some of their players, even in the team itself. So, certainly a little bit of control that they have to bring back for themselves in the map, but it is 6-0 match point right now, and it's just not looking good for them. Seva Esports are trying to get a Maverick trick done from the looks of things. Either that or they're just trying to get rid of the bandit batteries. That is Angry Bot right there. Is going to get rid of one as PP in distress is going to find Warhead. That is the Hibana down. One of the hard breaches is gone, and that's a big kill right there. As we know Warhead, he can do quite a bit of damage on that Hibana right there. As it is coming down quite a bit on the clock. 1 minute 23 seconds left on the clock. And Seva have to make a push happen any time now because they're doing pretty much the same mistake that Dark Shadow was when they were attacking. As Angry Bird's going to find one, actually. That is Natsu off the board. And that's another big kill. That is the Jaeger gone. The Carbine will no longer be helping the defenders in this round. 4v4, mind you, with a minute left on the clock. Looks like, say, Dark Shadow might be able to get around in their favor right now, but the garage push is coming in from Chris Ross, but no, he doesn't see the Womai, and he'll be taken out just like that. The Legion's on the first floor as well. He's going to try and find somebody else. There's a buck on garage door. He does a bit of damage, but no, the Womai goes down on Catwalk, making it a 3v3. Skeefy with that excellent kill from outside of the main breach. Buck's looking to push in, as we do have Mystic inside of Cash, and Deadshot looks like he's trying to go for a bit of a flank pull here, but no, there's a drone that's going to spot him, making him not play that area that he was trying to. Bug going up Catwalk stairs right now. He's going to establish control inside of garage as Maverick's trying to push in through the main breach. Poison. He's got a nice angle through the gym bedroom window, but the plant is coming off from Skeefy as Deadshot is going to find Angry Bot, making it a 3v2. Will the plant be denied? No, it won't. Skeefy's got excellent cover for Deadshot as the plant has gone off. A 2v2 right now. Poison and Mystic have to play retake if they want to even have a chance of winning this game. A quick rotate from the smoke is going to find him inside of the site as the Thermite will take down the Legion, who is going for a peek. And now it's all down to Smoke and a 1v2. Will he be able to find the Thermite at least before going for the counter defuse? Maybe, maybe not. He's got the shotgun up. Maybe not the right play. No, he will still get the kill. That is all down to the Maverick to try and kill before the counter defuse comes off. Poison, he's going for it. Skeefy, does he know that there's the counter defuse happening? Poison's gotten off of it. He might go for the peek here, and that was the wrong move because Skeefy was more than ready for Poison to go for that peek. And with that, Seva Esports are going to take Clubhouse absolutely undisputed 7-0. And they are your victors on the first game of day 3 of qualifiers in season 3.
Oh boy. Seva Esports getting themselves that spot in a rather dominating fashion. 7-0 inside and heading towards the group stages here. What a play, Seva Esports. Definitely something that I was not expecting this match to turn in the favor of, not expecting a 7-0 at least. I mean, I was expecting a rather close match, but oh boy. A very, very nice portrayal of skills from the Seva Esports here. Definitely a lot of respect for the boys as well. But that out of the way, we'll be up and running in just a moment, guys. We'll be back with the second match. That is Team Super versus Revolution Veterans. Mind you guys, Team Super's formal name is Mocking Ninjas, if you guys don't know. So yeah, a veteran team once again coming up in the next match. Seva Esports secure themselves the spot in group stages for the qualifiers. Let us see on who's going to secure that for the Team Supers or Revolution Veterans. We'll be back in just a moment.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. this battle. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege Season 3 Qualifiers, powered by LG Ultragear in association with Fibernet, Zotac Gaming and Games the Shop. I am your host, Blackjack, and joining me once again is my co-host, Sam and Foxy, as we are here for Game 2 of Qualifiers Day 3 in Season 3, excuse me. We haven't gotten to the division stages yet. I should probably keep that in mind. With that being said, the second game of tonight is between Team Super and Revolution X Veterans, or as I see their name in the game itself, RevX Veterans, as I'll probably be referring to them as that. Because honestly, Revolution X Veterans is a bit of a mouthful. Foxy, how do you feel about this game we've got on hand?
I'm very excited, Blackjack, especially this one. Team Super, for you guys who don't know, is ex-Mocking Ninja's roster. Definitely, they've got themselves some changes, and that is exactly why they've termed themselves Team Super now and not Mocking Ninjas. But let us see if Team Super can stand up against whatever teams come out against them in Season 3 qualifiers, because they definitely want to make sure they get themselves a spot in Division 3 in the TEC League. That out of the way, the first ban from them is going to be Jackal out of the way. Team Super is going to come out with a bug ban of all things. All right. Team Super will be starting off on attack, mind you. That means that's an operator that they cannot use, and all the while more utility that they'll have to bring out in terms of how they want to dislodge the defenders playing on site. The second ban from the side of Team Super is going to be a Valkyrie. All right, Team Super. Okay. Something that I just want to specify right off the bat is the roster of Team Super is rather very a little too, I would say, emphasized in terms of their frag potential, and taking off an operator like Valkyrie that provides all the while more information for you to pick off frags on a map like Coastline. Looks like Team Super wants to play this a little more methodical, a little more laid back, and doesn't want to bring out their aggression right in the beginning. But mind you, Team Super will be obviously starting off an attack, so the Valkyrie ban is not really going to affect them only until 6 rounds out. That being said, we'll be seeing ourselves head into the match, but before that, let's do some introduction with the players that will be playing in both these amazing rosters. Flick shot from the side of Team Super, Nerupada, Skulaki. Excuse me, I just got a little too confused. We've got Shulker as well. Anyways, Skulaki, Super Noob, Danger Babu from the side of Team Super, while we've got Sonic, Nekre, Kadir, Apo, and Thunder on the side of Veterans. Both these amazing rosters. Let us see on how that will fare as we proceed into this match and into round 1. Blackjack, take the mic away.
Thank you very much for that introduction to all of the players in the game, Foxy, as it is indeed Coastline. And the first side of defense from RevX Veterans is going to be second floor hookah and billiards room. And this should be quite the exciting game, given what we know about both of these teams. And well, for the most part, you see a standard set of operators coming out from the side of the defenders. You have the Smoke, the Legion, the Pulse for any plays from below. The Wamai and the Jaeger, of course, double denial as always. And well, I mean, at this point, I've pretty much beaten that horse to death about how Wamai and Jaeger are so complementary to each other. So I'm not really gonna go on that anymore. You know, you shouldn't harp on about something more than is required. But speaking of Wamai and Jaeger, this is a lot of utility being put down inside of Aquarium. 2 ADSs behind the bar, 2 magnets on the sofa next to the door as well. That's quite the amount of utility from both operators in this region, and looks like Thunder is going to be sitting here as well. So the Jaeger has got plenty of cover for himself. Meanwhile, the Zofia is already at the bathroom hatch, and looks like it is a take from the side of bedroom that Team Super wants to do. We already have Danger Babu heading towards the big wall of billiards. You know, you see Hibana opening up this wall from time to time in that pink couch area to dislodge, say, the Smoke or anybody else sitting in that sitting in that region. Excuse me. One piece of X-Kairos comes out just to see if anybody is trying to deny, and there is a castle. No, the Pulse, that is. Cater from the first floor is able to take out the X-Kairos without any issues whatsoever. We've got Nerupada holding down the hallway stairs as Pulse is a got his cardiac sensor in hand, waiting for whoever's up there to get in a line of sight. He's got the C4, but no, the C4 will not be connecting as the IQ will get away scot-free and without damage. Spots another operator up there. Is going to try and get a few shots, but Cater is playing a little risky right now because there is an IQ in play. And as soon as Super Noob sees him on the RED scanner, if he does, because he's on his drone right now, but if he ever does, that's going to be either an easy kill for the Pulse or an easy kill for the IQ. It's always fun to see a waltz between those two operators because they do the exactly what the other one wants to. We've got the Hibana also pushing in towards VIP. Already got a line of sight on that VIP reinforced wall. All the way into sight, and we have Necre over here. He's watching this hallway area, mind you. There's a luggage push coming in from the side of the attackers as well. One of the Womais catches a utility. The shield goes down in the meanwhile, as the Womai's magnets seem to have been taken care of by the Zofia. But Nirupada, he's got to worry about the Jaeger sitting behind the bar with 2 ADSs and a barber around the door, mind you. And Wild Thunder is very low on HP because I believe a grenade came in his general direction. He's going to have to be very careful in picking his gunfights. He knows that the Zofia is coming through because of the shots that are being fired. And Zofia goes for the vault, and he will get it. That is 1 kill for Nirupada, taking down the Jaeger. Canister's coming up from smoke as Cater is going to find one. That's Super Noob off the board. And Uphill is going to find another one. That's Danger gone as well. The flank from Cater is going to find another. That's Skull off the board. And that is suddenly a 2v4 for the attackers to deal with. All down to Nirupada and Flickshot as Nirupada finds one. That is Cater gone. And now a 2v3 for the side of the defenders to take full advantage of. Smoke canisters are going off as a grenade comes in. Will it find the smoke? Yes, it will. Not sure why Sonic was still sitting there as Nirupada is with the diffuser. He's trying to get the plant up. It's a 1v2 right now. Flickshot with the double kill for himself as the Legion will be taken out on the rotate through the hookah, and Nirupada, the Zofia, making quick work of the defenders inside a site with the help of the sledge. With a nice play from both of them, giving them round 1 on attack.
Well, I did tell you, Blackjack, before the match was even beginning. It turns out to be that Team Super is just it's just a little too frag heavy, man. The way they like to play is just it's mostly essentially frag potential that they've got for themselves, and that is something that veterans were not expecting. It did turn out in a very good position for veterans. We did see them bringing it down to it all did come down to the Zofia and the sledge there, and mind you, that's all that Team Super needed to get that conversion in for themselves. A 2 versus 4 essentially that they made it out of. Really well played by Team Super, walking out from a round that was supposed to go in the favor of veterans. This is something that I keep specifying. Looks like there's a ping issue that Flickshot has been bringing out, but I did get some information from the admins coming in regarding veterans that right now they're playing in a really bad position, a really bad spot. I hosted an EAS, is it? How did the server jump up?
Wait a minute.
Well, all right, we might actually have to go for the rehost here. Yep, we're going for the rehost.
Oh,
I have to restart the game. For some reason, the server just hopped up. All right, we'll be going into the rehost. Rehost call from the admin side, obviously, but the site and the operators will be same and will be picking off from the side of round 2. 1-0 in the favor of Team Super, and we'll be right back in just a moment.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the match between Team Super and RevX Veterans here on the coastline. We do apologize for that admin resource that we had to take there, but there was a little bit of a bug where the lobby kept jumping servers instead of staying on seas. Quite the weird bug. We've definitely never seen that before, but we are back with the game after a little bit of a lengthy rehost. We do apologize for the inconvenience once again, as it is very early in the game, 1-0 in favor of Team Super on the attack. I am your host, Blackjack, and of course, joining me is my co-host, Foxy, as we'll be moving to round 2 on hookah and billiards.
And billiards is going to be the site once again, as we did see the first round go in the favor of Team Super, and looks like everybody's having a little time loading inside the lobby. So you know what's coming, boys. Get yourselves a WD Black SSD so you don't have to wait. Spend your time waiting, and you can spend more time playing instead. That out of the way will be up and running inside the lobby now. Oh, there we go. For a second, I just thought that I cannot access the game, but then I just realized that this is just a technical difficulty I was facing, but that is solved now. Well, that out of the way will be up and running onto round 2. The round 1, like I said, went in the favor of Team Super off of the backs of some amazing tag team duo coming in from the side of the Zofia and the Sledge. And it looks like this time around we'll be having a little bit of a roam presence on the bottom floor. We did have in the last round as well, but Kadir was a little more focused on towards the side of the main entrance in the main lobby for getting the Hibana pellets off and whatnot for that matter. Sonic is going to bring out the shield, not the barb on the side of the smoke. That is something that all the smoke mains employ as of now. But once again, heavy emphasis in terms of how Thunder is holding down Aqua. One Sledge's nade, one Capita Bowl, but obviously the Wamai charges will be stopping that. Or one lifeline from Nerupada of the Zofia could dislodge him, or rather than that, claim his life as well. Rather a place you don't want to invest too much utility on. But then again, there's Kadir making sure that nobody from the bottom floor is pushing up onto the man from below. Once again, Team Super making their way inside from the side of Penthouse and VIP. Very interesting take on the way they like to establish control over this map. And mind you, this is a map where we have seen Team Super have a rather very nice track record for that matter. Team Super has been the one team which relies on playing coastline and has gone toe-to-toe with some of the best teams in the country for that matter. Well, let us see on how this match will turn out for them. Very methodical, very swift so far. Their attack has been good, at least in the one round, but so far, in this round at least, there's nothing much being done in terms of how Team Super is bringing their guns alive on board. Zofia will be making her way inside luggage. As part of the Jaeger, once again, the lifelines come out as well. Lifelines burning out the Jaeger, but at this point, the Wamai charges are catching off so many projectiles from the attack. Flickshot is going to employ his nade, but he only has one more left, and that means he has to be very careful about how he utilizes them. One of the shield is going to get taken away, and head of the Jaeger gets spotted out by Flickshot as well. That's a nice frag coming onto him, and through the slit of the glass on that counter, Thunder is going to fall. Now, I waited to say that. Kadir still holding down below, and Sunrise he's got himself the cardiac sensor any moment now. He could spot the Sledge, but he's a little too far away. He's liking not in the range of the sensor, at least not for the while. Kadir, he's got himself the C4 as well that he could use towards going into post plant, or rather towards the position where the attackers decide to go for the plant instead. But looks like Flickshot is already trying to find this Pulse, excuse me, but look at that. The Pulse is going to use a C4 a little too early, and he's going to find Skullaki. That's your Capita down. Nerpodot does take a little bit damage in the C4 as well, but not enough to claim his life. Flickshot does notice that the C4 did come down from the side of Officer. Is going to make his way down. Pulse doesn't know the push is coming in, and he's still going to lose that fight. Oh boy, Sledge loses against Kadir on that gunfight. The UMP winning it. The smoke canisters come out, and that is going to claim the life of Nerpodot. That push comes in, but that's going to be shut down as well. It's all on Nerpodot, but he's down. There's nothing that the man can do, and disrespect finisher. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
What? The smoke canister did not affect him. It's on his face.
It
It was on the man's chest.
mm, yeah, I don't think either of us have any words for that. We've seen smoke canisters not work before, if you will. And that is certainly one of the more curious instances of it not working on a downed opponent. And once downed, you have barely like what? You can withstand maybe one direct impact from a goo mine, but that's about all that you could stand through. And Zofia, of course, she could withstand back up from a down but not out state, but in that situation, not really sure what happened there. Probably a curious bug, and we'll have to put it down as that because we are going to be moving into round 3 nice and quickly. And this is this Penthouse? It is indeed from the looks of things. So we've got a curious site selection here from the side of Revex Veterans, Penthouse, and Theater with the Mira in play. Thunder is playing that operator, of course, and it's actually quite rare you get to see this combination on Clubhouse. A Mira in play in Penthouse, in round 3 for that matter. Usually, you know, teams have been going to the double bar site, Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar on the first floor, alongside Kitchen as well. So coming down to what we have right now, excuse me, the scoreline is equalized 1-1 on round 3, and it is equalized on the early game. But again, this things can change very quickly for both these teams. You know, our Revex Veterans maybe could take a couple of rounds really quickly in their favor, giving themselves a massive lead, or we could see Team Super do that, or we could still see a 3-3 equalizer going into role swap. Coming back to the game, the meta setup is, okay, there's a soft meta facing towards the double window rather than the corner wall that you normally see the soft meta be put down. Meanwhile, the corner wall is a hard meta. So as Zofia's lifelines are going off in the double window, the big window of Penthouse, it's going to burn away one of the ADSs that Jaeger has in that region. Thunder sitting here waiting for an operator to peek as a little bit of a pre-fire does come towards his window. But no, there's another ADS to stop the projectiles that Team Super want to throw in here. And that is definitely going to be something that they need to take care of. Flickshot's going to take down Cater in the meanwhile. That is the Mozzie, the roaming Australian off the board down under. And is going to have to chill in the afterlife for the time being. Leaving it a 4 versus 5 right now for the side of Revex Veterans to try and make their way back from. We do have an operator that might be Thatcher outside of VIP on the balcony, as the drone may have spotted out Sonic. In the meanwhile, it was sitting inside of hallway right by the theater door, VIP door, as Skulky is actually going for the plant, but no, Thunder's going to deny him that plant with the C4 of the Mira. The IQ is spotted running through, but will not be shot as Supernova is going for the plant right now. The vault comes in from the Mira. Will the plant be denied? Not quite yet. Shots are being fired, but no, the plant still goes down, even if Upper got the kill on the Supernova. It's now a post-plant retake from the side of Revex, as it might just be an all run-out situation. Zof is going to try and counter the counter diffuser, and he will get that flick shot onto Thunder, and Necray gets taken down by Nerpida as well. It's all down to Sonic in a 1v2. He's got somebody on the bathroom hatch and somebody from below to deal with, and shots are being fired from the bathroom hatch. A grenade comes in and will take his life as Team Super, off the back of that excellent grenade from Flickshot, will win round 3.
Well, an excellent grenade indeed. I've got to tell you that. A really nice good one for that matter. It took his wipe. You know, he just had to step back for a moment, get caught himself a nice cooked grenade, and Kobe got themselves the life of Sonic. I think that was the last defender alive, the bandit. But that out of the way, we'll be up and running on round 4. 2 rounds in the favor of Team Super as of now, and Veterans just not having the setup the way they wanted it. They did not have enough denial to go with, for that matter. The roamers, in fact, the ones that had C4s in the back pockets, got taken away a little too quickly downstairs, and something that they just could not stand up against. So that out of the way, we'll be up and running. Just like I said here, on the kitchen side, Veterans, they don't experiment anymore. They want to make sure they stand back to a side that is a little more favorable. But what am I looking at here? Thunder goes for a reinforcement where we usually happen to see a rotation. And I know there's a meter in play, but still, that is not the correct. Still not the place that you want to reinforce. Definitely not. All right, that. Okay, okay. Necre is going to bring out the Maestro's bailiff. He's going to make sure he gets some of these lines of sight open, and just in case anybody tries to go for a rather quick plant. We did not see any such plays come out from Mocking Ninjas yet, excuse me, Team Super yet, but maybe we might even see that happen as we proceed into this round. Superno brings out the Thatcher once again, and Danger Bob will be on the Hibana. Some drone works being done from by everybody else. Meanwhile, Naruto is going to bring out a Claymore first and foremost. It's better safe than sorry. Claymore being put outside Sunrise Door, and that is going to deny any run out that Apo or Kadir, for that matter, will try to make. They're proceeding into this round now. Kadir making his way upstairs, while there's going to be somebody else holding this as well. Not exactly a push that I was expecting from Team Super here, but look at this. They're already doing something that they've done in the last round, is gain control over Penthouse and Theaters first, and then get themselves the advantage over pushing the rest of the map. Looks like the choke point that Team Super wants to establish for themselves is this area, the VIP hallway, the entirety of this, for that matter. C4 does come in from the side of the bandit. He's going to spot out somebody, I'm not sure who, but Kadir is going to get taken away by Nerupuda. Before I switch cams to Nerupuda, he was a little quick to the trigger, got himself a nice frag, and sadly I couldn't catch that fast enough on the cam. Sonic is going to move back onto luggage. He's holding that angle, watching for if anybody creeps up on him from Aquarium. The drone does spot him, he's going to fall back. Nothing to convert. As of now, one man lost on the side of the defense, while the attack are trying to make their presence being felt. Sonic has maneuvered back to the position where we did see Kadir playing, and look at that, the dead body of the bandit lying in front of him. His teammate is something that, does shake you off a little bit. Sonic still holding that angle all the way onto Hall of Fame. Any moment now he's going to spot him, but the turnaround comes in from the sledge. Flick shot is going to flick his shots, and the first one onto Sonic. That's a really nice frag. He does spot the Maestro. He's going to take that frag as well. Not yet. Yes, eventually he will. A double kill is in, but the frag is coming in from Apo, and he's going to get that kill. That's the first one, but he gets refragged right back from Super Noob. That's all onto Thunder, the Mira, but he's not going to survive that, and Team Super walk away with round 4 on this map right now. 3-1 is the scoreline as we proceed. Oh, yep, 3-1 is the scoreline indeed. As we proceed on to round 5.
Round 5 in play means we have 2 rounds left, including this one, of course, before the role swap. Where on round 7, that should be interesting to see what both teams are going to bring out, whether or not we see an equalized scoreline or any team in the lead by any margin in that particular situation. But for now, we're going to be going back to second floor hookah and billiards as we see a double 6-pick Skalaki going out of the Capitao into the Nomad, and Kadir bringing back the pulse from the Bandit, and we should be up and running with the round right here. Up and running with the round as Team Super have taken the lead in this first half of the game, 3-1 in their favor against Revx Veterans. But again, given what we know about both these teams, what Foxy was briefing me on before the game began as well, I'm certainly expecting, both of us are expecting, a very good game, potentially a close one, dare I say overtime. I'm very certain what with both these teams in play, that's certainly not something too outlandish to hope for right now, as we will be moving into this 5th round. Action phase very, very quickly. Sonic, once again with the smoke, making the lines of sight that he is going to be using should anyone push up Aquarium into the A-bomb site in Billiards room. Of course, we also once again have the double denial brothers. That is the Wamai and the Jaeger, and we've got Kadir on the pulse doing pulse things, and Necre to round things off on the Legion with his goo mines to punish, late game pushes. Early game pushes really depends on your persuasion. As C4 comes out, will it find somebody? No, it won't. Even though Cater did see one attacker out there outside of the penthouse double window, a big window, with his cardiac sensor, he will not be getting that kill any second now, but he should see the attacker out there now that he's rotated down to the first floor main door. But will he get a kill? No, he's actually rotated through the security room. Looks like he's going to be leaving that angle up for grabs for the attackers for the time being. Meanwhile, Hibana's already at work trying to open up that main wall, next to the pink spot, the pink couch spot, where we usually see Smoke play. Whether or not that angle comes to use for the side of the attackers remains to be seen, as Nomad has broken down an entryway door on the red hallway right there, as joining is happening from the side of the attackers, and Narupada actually has made his way into the second floor hallway right next to the stairs. The Nomad's going to join him, put down a air jab on the stairs, making sure that nobody can push up. At least if anybody does, there's a gigantic sound cue and a disturbance to be dealt with. Lifelines are coming off from the Zofia to take out the deployable shield that the Jaeger was using, and of course the Womai charges that were helping him stay secure from any flying grenades. As there are, of course, a couple of ADSs, I believe. Thunder has put them down here before. Shots are being fired in his general direction. He's got to be careful of the luggage, but he sees the Zofia pre-fires away and gets that kill, but he's tagged up from the Nomad inside of the luggage as well. Nomad's pushed in. Will she get the kill? The flashbang comes out, but no! She's caught throwing a second one, as Thunder will get the double kill for himself, taking out two big attackers right there, Nomad and Zofia, off the board. The defender inside of first floor has been spotted by the sledge, as Super Noob is going to take Thunder down. That is Thatcher getting a kill for himself on the pulse. Meanwhile, Cater is sitting on the first floor. Danger takes down Necre in the meanwhile. That's the Legion off the board, making it a 3v3. But will the sledge find the pulse in time? But he won't actually, since Cater has pulled up all the way to second floor hallway, right outside of both the sites right now, as the plant is going off from Super Noob. He's already halfway down as the smoke canister comes out, and he will be sticking it. Another defender goes down. That's the Womai off the board, making it a 3v2 as Flickshot gets that kill. It is all down to Cater and Sonic to get these last three attackers. But no, it's all down to Sonic the smoke, and he will be fired on. And Super Noob, shooting away, will find the smoke in his line of fire through the very same lines of sight that the smoke made for himself, giving the attackers round 5.
That's a nice round coming. Once again on the side of Team Super here, 4-1, and quite the difference, or marginal difference in that. In fact, 3 rounds in succession against your opponents. More than that, we'll be going into the side swap just a moment after this. Round 6 will be in play. Well, Blackjack, now that we think about it, don't you think we've had quite the differential in terms of how the matches have turned out today? A 7-0 in the first match, and we might see a rather, I would say, a marginal differential here as well, maybe. I don't know. I really don't want to be taking sides right now. It's still 4-1. A lot of room for veterans to make this happen, because we know for a fact that Coastline happens to be a map that is a little attacker favored, with the way veterans have been playing so far, not converting on the mistakes that Team Super has been making, and even after getting the advantage, not being able to maintain it is something that veterans has to keep in mind. I've got to make sure that they get their conversions and they execute towards the end is something that is biting veterans in the back. If they fix that, I'm definitely sure even that comeback that they've got to make for 3 more rounds is totally in the books. Let us see on how that will turn out eventually as we proceed on to round 6 here, before the role swap coming in any moment now. Mind you, Team Super, not a new team. It's a fairly very old team. In fact, if you ask me, Team Super is one of those teams that I would rather call a veteran, because they've been in the scene for way too long. For those of you who don't know, who are just joining us, Team Super is also called Mocking Ninjas before their rebrand, or just a revamp of their names. The roster should obviously give that clue away to you guys. And let us see on how this will turn out. Yep, Narupada comes up with a drone. He's gonna make sure he's gonna throw that out onto Penthouse, and just once again, Mocking Ninjas getting themselves the early control established on the side of Theater and Penthouse. Any moment now, they'll be making their way inside VIP, and the push should happen in just a moment as we proceed later into this match. No roam this time around except for Kadir once again. So he's going to be downstairs. Office roam is still into play, but this time I think at least Team Super will read into that. The one C4 that Kadir is bringing out, it's only a matter of time till Kadir is going to find a collateral for himself, and that just could bite knocking him just in the back. Kadir spotting out the Zofia. He might even get this frag for himself. He's not going to get it. Zofia is a... No, Kadir, that's a little bit of a perception in terms of how he's judged the depth of the cardiac sensor for himself. I'm not sure if Kadir knows if those walls are... anyways, it's not my decision to make. We'll be seeing him move back, as now the only utility that is left for the Pulse is going to be the UMP. Tries to spot somebody out, but nobody's rappelling on the big window. So far, the push is happening from the Aquarium Sun, and the Nomad will make the push happen any moment now. The magnets catching off the flashes, but the peak comes in from the Jaeger. He's going to claim the life and the head of Skulky. Flickshot is going to get the refrag back onto Sonic. That's your smoke of the board, a very important kill. Nelpura making his push happen any moment now. He's inside luggage. The lifelines have come into play as well, and the Danger Bob, he's got himself some nice breaches done, while Flickshot will be employing the long angle, and Supernova is here to help his friend Nelpura as well. But now with the Nomad out of the play, Nelpura has to make sure the maneuver from Supernova comes in onto the Aquarium balcony. Nelpura gets the barbed wire off, still waiting for that peek from Thunder, but Thunder, he's very patient, and the patience pays off. He's going to get one, he's going to get three, but only before he gets refreshed by the sledge. One man holding down Aquarium very heavily for that matter, gets 3 frags for himself, and it's all down to Flickshot and Danger. But look at that, Flickshot is going to go down as well. The Pulse making sure he's bringing the gunfly for him, but the Hibana's pushed a little too close. He's going to light up Apo. In fact, he's going to down him. It's a 1 versus 2 that Flickshot has to play, or rather, Danger Bob has to play in Hibana, making his way inside. He does know there's a Pulse coming up. He's going to get that frag. Does he get the Maestro is the real question. The all is into play. The position's been given away. The down conversion comes in. Only 4 seconds left. He's got to make this what happen. Where's the Maestro? Not going to be found. And Veterans get that frag, and they walk away with round 6. Allowing Team Super to get another round on board, and that out of the way, 4-2 is going to be the scoreline before the round swap.
Well, turns out we do, in fact, have a team in the lead going into roll swap of round 7, and that is Team Super, the blue team on your screens right here. 4-2 in their favor going into defense. They definitely have the upper hand in this matchup, and they will be looking to convert on to this, to turn this into a victory for themselves nice and quickly. You know, as a team in the lead, you don't want to drag on a game too long by giving your opponents too many rounds, because that could easily lead to a situation where you can't come back from. I should know, I've seen from experience. Anyway, coming back to the game itself, second floor hookah is going to be once again the site of defense, this time from Team Super, as it's going to be interesting to see what RevX veterans bring out on the attack right now. And once again, a reminder for all of our viewers at home, this is Qualifiers, Day 3 for Season 3, and it is an elimination round, meaning the team who loses this match is going to be saying goodbye to the TEC League, the WWBAC, the Esports Club League, until Season 4 Qualifiers open up at the end of the month. So, you know, gonna have to be careful with how you play your rounds as a team in the qualifiers. You definitely want to make sure you win as much as possible to get into Division 3. And once you get into Division 3, your goal is to either stay in the league, or if you're good enough, if you manage to, then get to Division 2 and onwards, of course. But that is something to be seen when we get to division plays, as to which teams will be coming from qualifiers into division stage. That's going to be very exciting, because the rest of this week, of course, we have more qualifier games and more exciting matches for all of our viewers at home. Once again, the Jaeger ADS helping Nerbuda this time. Mai sitting behind the aquarium bar. Smoke once again back by the couches inside of billiards, as we've got Jaeger and Maestro inside a site as well. Mostly a site-based hold from the side of Team Super from the looks of things, as we have Maestro just having a bit of a workout, finding his best position on the stairs to be a little comfortable right now. And quite the angle he's got through the drone hole into VIP. Certainly not an angle you see a whole lot of, but maybe a good angle nonetheless. Whether or not he's able to use it to the best of his ability remains to be seen. Flick shot on the first floor, going to be spotted out by the drone on surface entrance and kitchen. And that is the bandit on the roam right here. As, minute 45 left in the round. Not a whole lot of action coming out from either team right now. Revex looks like they are still droning, trying to find all the intel that they can. As Cater, that is the... Oh, okay. Flashbangs are being thrown into the side of Aquarium to take out the Womai charges that are sitting in here and to maybe get a shot on whoever is sitting inside of Aquarium. But that is Nirbuda on the Womai with a shield in front of him in this hatch corner right now. There's a push from Luggage as well, and the drone should spot out, has spotted him out for that matter, behind this deployable shield. He's got the MPX in hand and cover from inside of Billiards to help him out right now. But will that work for him? That of course is up to Revex Veterans and how they want to make this push happen, and almost catches the head of Womai. The Luggage push right there as another magnet goes up, but that's the wrong place, and picking it up is a bit tricky as the shots are fired, and Cater and Sonic are very lit as oh, there we go. That is exactly what I was talking about. It's very tricky to get the gadget instead of the shield, as Nirbuda will be without cover for the time being as Capita throws a bolt, but it's going to be caught by one of the Womai charges. Nirbuda pushes up, but no, that's the wrong move as the crossfire is established, but the Capita gets taken out by Danger. It's a 4v4 right now. The push through Luggage is pushed into Aquarium, and there's a Poe on the main hallway. He's being shot through the drone hole of VIP. Unawares as to where that shot was coming from. A C4 comes out, but it won't connect. Supernova in the meanwhile takes in a Poe. That is the Thermite of the board, making it a 3v4 for Team Super. Make that a 4v2 right now as Danger finds another one. That's Sonic of the board, making it a 4v2. And the last two attackers have only 10 seconds left in the round to try and make a play happen. It's Thatcher and Nomad to make something out of this very tricky situation. But no, the Thatcher goes down. It's all down to Nomad in a 1v4 with only 3 seconds left on the clock. Sasha fired, and there we go. Flick shot will find the last kill on Thunder and win out the round for the side of Team Super on the defense. Round 7 going to them. And I do want to apologize for whatever I was saying right at the end there, because I was trying to catch up to the game and I completely lost track of what I was saying. So
yeah, I know exactly how that feels like, Jack, but trust me, I'm the most absent-minded person when it comes to the game. I happen to get tunnel vision on so many things, and I forget whatever is happening in the match. But that out of the way, round 8 will be up and running. 5-2 as the scoreline now. Looking good. I mean, in terms of the way Team Super has played this out, definitely getting themselves 4 rounds on board while they were on attack. And mind you, on a map like Coastline, to stand on a little bit of an advantage in terms of starting off an attack. Now with the defensive rounds up and running, they've got themselves a hookah victory as well. That out of the way, we'll be seeing them go into kitchen. The operator roles here will be the SAS brothers being employed, the Smoke and the Mute as well. We've got Narupada running the Jaeger. Narupada playing that a little tricky in the last round, excuse me. It was the shield that came off for the man. So something that I myself was giggling at while my mic stayed muted on the stream. But that's a funny sight that we got to see from him. Skalakip will be running the mute, just like I said. He's going to place down all of his mute charges, but we don't really see an emphasis in terms of how mute is being used on a map like Coastline, except for giving, or rather taking away until trade-off from the attackers. Let's see on how that will turn off eventually as we move into the round. Veterans, definitely they will be crippled of the information that they'll get for themselves, or rather they'll have to make do with whatever they gain with the mute jammers into play, because I see a potential roam being made from Danger Babu on the top floor. Vigil is going to spot out the drone. He's going to get that drone as well. While Skullik is actually still going to be on side. Danger Babu is the only one who's roaming from the side of Team Super. He's stationed on towards the mid of the white stairs. So any moment now, it get picked off, or rather a push should come in onto him. And look at this, a mute jammer used to perfection. All the drone works being spotted out or stopped, for that matter, for anybody who tries to make their way inside hookah. Right now, one of those drones is going to be manned, but is going to be taken off of that as well. Sonic goes back on his drone. He's going to spot at the Vigil's trackers. That's why he has to come off of it. And just like as I like to call it, and the way my teammates communicate with each other, is that, guys, I can see the Vigil's vibes. And where is Vigil? He's vibing inside reception as of now. And yeah, it's just a meme. We made it a call out. It's just something I do with my teammates. But let us see if Widget can make some plays happen. He does notice or hear somebody as the audio cues go off for him on the top of the white stairs. Trying to quick peek this Danger Babu, not finding anybody yet, but he's being a little too monkey. She's just jumping around quite a lot. But Thunder's Nomad charge get caught out, rather hurt out in the long side. He's going to spot at the foot of somebody, while Apo is going to get Danger Babu. That was the Widget punish. He comes in from the smoke, but he's not going to find anybody. He gets tagged up quite a lot with smoke. Shotgun is still into play. Kader is going to go down with the C4 that the mute has employed. And now this is a vertical play that you usually would not consider going in the opponent's favor, but it still has gone somehow in their favor. A 4 versus 5 still established in the favor of veterans. They've managed to get rather a lot of HP off of these defenders here, and Skulaki definitely playing in a really bad position. He's got so many things to worry about. At any moment now, he could get taken up if the drone works come into place. But mind you, he's the mute. He plays his jam to perfection, and if he has, it'll be a rather difficult task for veterans to find the mute is playing. Now the sledge gets taken out, and Skulaki with a perfect crosshair placement onto the sledge, but the drone hole peak is right back into play from veterans. Thunder is going to take down the mute. It's a 3 versus 4 established now. The smoke canisters are coming off. Only 15 seconds left on the board, and the push from the side of service entrance has to make happen for veterans any moment now. Babe's in position. The smoke's going to go out once again, but it's all going to come down to the smoke eventually. The planter has gone down. The push is noticed. He's going to get the double kill for himself. What are you doing, Flick Shot? Does he get another? No, there's no time left. Team Super walk away back off the play that Flick Shot brought for himself on board. And oh boy, Team Super definitely cutting that close, but playing that to perfection as well. Go to match point.
Well, I want to bring up a point that you said a couple rounds ago, Foxy, is the round differentials. The difference between rounds won between two teams in the 2 games we've had so far is certainly quite interesting to look at. The first game we had between Dark Shadows versus Save Esports, Save made a clean sweep of Dark Shadow right there, 7-0 to them, while right now, Team Super, it's not a clean, 6-0 sweep. It's a 6-2 in their favor in match point, but it's still quite the dominating show from them. Mind you, Revex have had certain rounds where they could have potentially won it, but there were just too many interferences. Maybe the push wasn't well coordinated. Maybe, the last second panic was too real. I'm not really sure what the factors are. Of course, I'm only speculating sitting here in the caster seat. I can only do so much, but it hasn't really worked out for Revex right here. So, coming back to the match we have on hand, 6-2 in their favor to Team Super, and we have the bars side, Blue and Sunrise bar on the first floor, being selected from the defending team. We've got the Jaeger once again, Nirupara doing what a Jaeger does, putting down ADSs and barbed wires all over the place. We've got Vigil as Foxy said, vibing away on the second floor while he reinforces a hatch. Just standard defender things that we get to see in Rainbow Six, getting the hatches, making sure your reinforcements and utilities are in the proper spot. I mean, we say standards, as Danger Bubba is going to be going for a spawn peek out of the penthouse double window, but he's not going to see anybody on the vehicular spawn. He might see someone by this APC, but no, he's going to get taken out by the counter peek of Sonic. The AR-33 of the Thatcher lights up and takes down Danger Babu, mitigating the danger for that matter for the side of the attackers. And Team Super have lost a defender very early into the round. They're going to be very aware of this and have to play around the 4v5 resulting from that. Super Noob sitting inside of Sunrise, putting down another my magnet, this one inside of the Sunrise entryway, also called pool entry for those unaware on the compass. And we have an office push coming out from the Monty with support as well. A frag grenade comes in from the sledge but doesn't find anybody, and the smoke is in offices right now to try and deter the push. Another frag comes into security room, the hallway between security and offices, as a smoke canister goes out as well to try and deter the push into offices. Jaeger hears the window being broken by the sledge, but no, sledge is going to have the angle that is superior in this situation. As a drone has spotted out Nirupara, he's going to be forced to push away from that area into main lobby. The smoke is in the meanwhile. We hear the shotgun firing away, trying to get something, but so far, not so good for that operator right there. We've got Cater on the rappel outside on the office connector right here, and Sonic is already in, so that's going to give Cater enough reason to rappel in as well. As it's not really looking that great for Team Super, but with the time slowly ticking away, Revix veterans need to make the push onto site happen nice and quickly if they want to get the plant off or get all the kills onto the last defenders. But will they be able to? As we've got Nirbuda here on the court here, he's going to see one, but no, the shots give away his position. Instead, he was trying to find the Nomad, but he won't be able to, leaving all 5 attackers alive. I believe a thermite charge is breaching somewhere, and that looks like towards blue bar, as we have Maestro sitting inside of bathroom and service entrance, and shots are being fired on the sunrise window right here. That super noob is sitting at. There's somebody in the ruins area just waiting for this peek, and that is the Sledge, but no, Sledge is going to lose that as the run out comes in from the Wamai to try to get the planter, and he will still get the diffuser and manage to get back into side completely safe for the time being. He takes a bit of damage, but that is nowhere near enough damage that should have been done to take him out. The diffuser is dropped inside a blue bar, and with Jaeger inside of courtyard and the other defenders watching through lines of sight, that leaves Revix veterans in a bit of a bad spot right now in this 3v4 situation. Canister comes up from smoke, won't be doing any major damage, but no! Nirbuda will still get the kill on the Sonic while he was trying to take down the smoke, making it... Oh no, Revix don't even have any time left, as Team Super will be able to deny off the back of some very good play from their members. And that will give their 7th round win, making it a 7-2 victory for the side of Team Super on a Coastline after taking round 9. They are the victors on Coastline. Well then, once again, a rather large score differential right here. 7-2 to Team Super. And that is going to be it for the Coastline game, the second game for that matter, of Qualifier Day 3 for Season 3 of the W Black, the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege. With that being said, that is going to be it from myself, Blackjack, and my co-host Fox. As we're going to be taking a little bit of a short break before our final game of tonight. And that is the game of Error Esports versus Selfnade. It promises to be an exciting one indeed. So, more Siege action coming to you guys on the other side of this break. Stay tuned.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear. gaming monitor.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege Season 3, powered by LG Ultragear in association with Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games the Shop. I am your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-stam and Fox, as we are here for the final game, Game 3 of Day 3 qualifiers of Season 3. TRNA Valiants are taking on King's Crew on the map of Clubhouse. Now, before we get into the game, as we wait here in the lobby, I do want to apologize for something I said in the last match. At the end of the last match, I said that the game we had coming up was between Error versus Selfmade, but that is an offline game that I had written down for some reason, and I was reading off of my list instead of the list that was handed to me by the admin. So I do apologize, admins, and all of our lovely viewers back at home. It is TRNA Valiants versus King's Crew that we have on stream. Foxy, how do you feel about the match we've got on hand?
Now I feel very excited. Valiants facing off King's Crew on a map like Clubhouse. Clubhouse has been the home map for every single team in the server, for that matter. Everybody just loves to play Clubhouse. Let us see on how that'll turn out eventually as we go inside this match in just a moment. We're having some disconnections coming in from the side of Valiants. But meanwhile, let's just take a look at both these rosters. Archangel, Majema, Dipjol, Kingslayer from the side of TR and Valiants, while we have King's Crew rocking Reactionist, Messi, JD, Play, and Hunter on their side. King's Crew, we did see their appearance in the Season 2 qualifiers. That is, they just could not make it against Z-Rush. But let us see if they can make it against Valiants this time around. Valiants, we did see them as well in the Season 2 qualifiers. I'm not exactly sure who they lost against, but they also had a sad day. Just could not win enough games to get themselves that secured spot inside Division 3 for Season 2. But now we're here up and running with both these teams, very, very motivated to get their spot on the Division 3 for themselves. And let us see if that is going to be the case as we proceed into this match in just a moment. Blackjack, meanwhile, what do you have to say about Clubhouse, though? What do you think is the reason why every single team likes to play this map? I mean, it's been Clubhouse all around.
I feel like primarily Clubhouse as a map is so popular when it comes to competitive Rainbow Six, not just in the qualifiers, mind you. We see Clubhouse pretty much at least twice or thrice given any match day in divisions 3, 2, and 1 for that matter. Primarily because I feel like it is a very fun to play and actually quite, I would say, balanced map. Maybe it can be a little defender heavy depending on the strats and utilities being brought out from the side of the defense, but there are a lot of counter plays that the attackers can do, lots of vertical plays, hatch openings, hard breaching that lend to their strengths rather than the defender's strengths. And overall, Clubhouse as a map, especially post map buff, has been a very well-rounded and well-liked map overall. Lots of people love this map right now, and it is in an absolutely very good spot in Rainbow Six Siege today. So that would pretty much answer the question that you posed towards me, which was why we see so much of Clubhouse, primarily because it is just that much of a good map in its current state and in the current situation of Rainbow Six. Excuse me, my voice completely gave out there. I should probably drink some water. Do excuse me.
That tends to happen. I mean, I can definitely relate to that. But yeah, just like you were saying, I go back like a year or so, and all I can remember is Coastline being played continuously on the server. But now it's just been Clubhouse all around. But that out of the way, we'll be up and running in this match. Clubhouse is the map, and TRNA Williams will be facing off King's Crew. Let us see who's going to be the victor. Let's not waste any more time and get into this match right up. Blackjack, the mic is yours.
Thank you very much for that, Foxy. We are here for the match on Clubhouse between TRNA Valiants and King's Crew as Battle Eye is going ham in the meanwhile with another ban phase. We've seen quite a few of those, and oh dear me, looks like Saqib has had a bit of a disconnect here in the ban phase. Speaking of the ban phase, of course, we've got the Maverick ban right here, first and foremost, from the side of TRN8, and that is going to be one of the hard breachers of the board. Of course, we know why Maverick is banned for that matter. King's Crew was the one who got that ban off. And Well, it's primarily because of the fact that Maverick is oh so useful on almost any map you bring him on. But here in Clubhouse, he sees a particularly good set of play from a skilled Maverick player. Speaking of skilled players, we've got the Capitao banned from the match as well, and Sakib has returned. So it looks like it was just a temporary disconnection from his end. Valence to be banning the first defender on this ban phase, and it will be, as the timer ticks down, the Echo. Well, we all know exactly why Echo is banned, of course. Two Yokai drones that can make you feel like you're in a haze. Not really something you want to go up against. As the last ban is going to be the Kaid. Alrighty then. Kaid being taken off the board means no Electro Claws and no TC, no Defender SMG AUG, you know, because we have Wamai with the other version of the AUG that IQ runs as well. And of course, no Han Solo pistol. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much the biggest thing we're going to miss with the Kaid ban. But that is going to do it for the ban phase right there. Maverick, Capitao, Echo, and Kaid are off the board on this match, and we'll be moving into the rounds nice and quickly. Basement Church is the first side of defense right here. As we see a 6-pick come out from play. He's going to go out of the Pulse into the Caveira, maybe, and a Dibjol out of the Zofia into the Dokkaebi. So definitely quite the interesting couple of operator picks, especially the Caveira right there with King's Crew on defense. We could certainly see something be pulled off nice and quickly. Something hype. Maybe one of us gets to yell interrogation. What do you think, Foxy?
Definitely, that is something that I'll be looking forward to. We love interrogations coming up, and the last time I saw interrogation was, in fact, very recently in the finale week of Division 1. It was Mighty bringing out from this interrogation from the side of Level 0 Esports, and I think that was the All-Stars match. I just cannot remember. I think that was the All-Stars, yeah. So, anyways, that out of the way, we will be seeing roster swapping. In fact, I did happen to notice the fact that right now, Reactionist on the side of King's Crew was playing the Castle. I do remember Reactionist playing for Raven Esports on Season 1 qualifiers. That is, I'm not sure if you happen to remember that, Blackjack. Do you happen to remember Raven Esports by that matter? Does that resonate something in your head up there?
I do remember a team Raven Esports in Season 1, very early in Season 1.
Yeah. Yep. They did not make it through qualifiers. They fell to the hands of Shining Heroes, that is. Now Accelerate Gaming. But looks like something in the sorts of an SSG strat is being pulled. Everybody's just doing this. I mean, everybody's just. I don't think that's how a strat is supposed to be employed. But still, yeah, everybody's just employing it. Oh, looks like a rush is into play, and the rush has happened. The blue rush is into play. He's gonna pick out a triple kill for him before he gets shut down. But that's enough damage done already. A 2 versus 2 already established. While the Buck and Majima, that is Sakip, have made their way inside side. The plant is going down. Sakip is the one giving cover, but he's going to fall to the Caveira. He's going to wake up, but no, he won't. The Caveira is right here from play. He's going to make some plays happen for King's Crew and walk away with this round. And what a round indeed. Coming in from the side of King's Crew. Tiernet Williams just not able to stay alive against the wrath of the Reactionist. And mind you, this is exactly the player that I was talking about. The roster swap. Very well done from King's Crew. Like, looks like Raven Esports, the pickup of Reactionist worked out well for them. 3K to start the round off, and that out of the way will be going around to in the favor of KCE as we proceed CCTV and Cash Room.
Well, that's unfortunate. The failed rush, as they say, from the side of Tiernet Valence in that first round, trying to drop Blue Hatch quickly to get a couple of kills for themselves, not working out, as we'll be moving into round 2, CCTV and Cash from the side of King's Crew, as the 6-pick comes out from the Wamai, out of the Wamai, into the castle right there. I believe that was play as well, so that is going to spice things up just a little bit more, because it's one less denial, one more of an operator who can reroute attackers or get them to spend utility by throwing projectiles or if they have a sledge, in which case they don't at this time. So it's gonna depend more on the Zofia to take out those castle barricades. Of course, if we remember, we've had some very wild leaks for Rainbow Six in the last couple of weeks before the TTS for Season 2 was announced, so to speak. I remember one of them said that Castle was getting a 4th barricade, and me and my friends, we sat on Discord all night discussing whether or not that would make or break Castle entirely for the rest of Siege, non-competitive Siege, that is, you know, where Castle is considered not that much of a great operator. I know you know the memes where Castle is amazing at competitive level, but when you go down the ranks, he drops down when it comes to his overall usefulness. So, of course, it's just a little bit of an observation, and we all know by now that those leaks turned out to be not true. That's not what Ubisoft is bringing in, and everyone can rest easy about that particular facet. Utility, excuse me. We've got Thermite waiting in the wings for his breach to go off. He's going to throw a flashbang through the drone hole with Zofia with the lifeline ready to stun the Bandit, and looks like it is successful as Bandit is stunned out of his mind right now. No ADS is above that drone hole to stop him from, stop the Zofia for that matter, from getting those stuns off, and that will force Reactionist out of the Bandit trick position that he was in. He's being shot at from the rappel outside of that main breach, and he's safe for now inside of Catwalk, but he's got to be very careful. He's with the Maestro, so he's got some good cover with the Alda in his hand. Majima on the rappel, the lone Thatcher out here for the time being, as it looks like Thermite is rerouting his push, maybe through to construction, but there is Messi here on the Jaeger, and he could very much prove to be a stop for the attackers right now. Buck's on the hallway outside of bedroom, but does he know that there's the Jaeger in here? Definitely the drone should have spotted him out. That gunshot definitely gave away his position by bathroom, as there is a Thermite pushing onto Secret Stash right now, as well as a Punchel comes in as Jaeger has found one, but no, he'll be taken out by Archangel from the gym bedroom window. Excuse me. He makes his way in towards construction, but realizes, wait, I don't need to be here. Thermite is coming in this general direction anyway, as Thatcher should be there as well. And Hibana is actually coming back, gonna make a breach into a site, as Majima has found play in the meanwhile. That is the castle of the board, and there is a little breach here inside of into cash room from construction on that double wall. TRNA Valiant's getting things done nice and quickly. They've still got 45 seconds left on the clock for themselves, and that could be the time they need, as Kingslayer has found a Reactionist. That is a big kill right there. The Bandits on the board, leaving only Legion and the Maestro to do something for the defenders right now. Flashbang is being thrown into cash room, as it looks like it is a push into cash, but the Maestro is pulling up through Catwalk. The Hibana will be taken out by Hunter. That's a big kill, as it is now a 3v2. The run out from the Maestro is going to find the Thatcher on his drone. That's unfortunate, leaving it a 2v2 on Vigil and Kingslayer against Hunter. And no, the Legion goes down, as it's all down to the Maestro right now. JD did find one. He needs to find one more onto the Zofia right now. Will he be able to? There is the diffuser outside of cash room. As the pre-fires come in, he's got a Guman in his shin, while the Maestro is making a rotate through towards cash door. Will he find him? No, the Zofia finds him instead! And TRNA Valiants will take round 2 off of a great play from the Zofia at the last second, taking the Guman out the shin, finding Maestro's hat, and that will give TRNA Valiants round 2.
Well, that was definitely not the way I was expecting the round to go in the favor of. Oh boy. Dipchol bringing the guns alive for his team, getting that 1 versus 1 clutch done for himself. And more than that, it was essentially a 1 versus 2 clutch, because he did get the frag onto the Legion and then the Maestro, but something that shouldn't have turned in his favor, if you'd ask me. JD not playing that the way it was supposed to. Yeah, he could have just waited that out. Dipchol had to go for the frag chase because there was no time for him to go for the plan. And just something that JD had to realize, but that he could have just played the clock instead of going for the frag chase with the revolver in hand, the bailiff in hand, mind you, of all guns, not the order, the bailiff. JD definitely is going to be reconsidering his options of once he's done with this match. He's going to look back on this round. Oh boy, battle line, not stopping with the ban wave today. Oh my god, so many of them just. Oh my god. All right, okay.
That's a lot.
Okay, that's a lot.
That's a lot of damage.
I'm really not sure why the frag chase came out from JD. I mean, the moment it came down to a timer of 4 seconds and I knew that the Maestro has already tagged up the Zofia, he's moved down back. I thought that the round was already won by KCE, but somehow the Maestro decided to go round down with the bailiff. Decided to face check the Zofia in a situation that he shouldn't have. Kind of, to be honest here, not going to mince my words either. Mistakes will get punished on this competitive level, and that is exactly what we did see come out from JD. Reactionist still holding on. This time around, he's got a barricade, a nice one, in fact, to stop the stunts coming in from the side of the Zofia. Kingslayer just checking if there's any ADSs to catch out, but as of now, there'll be nothing. Thatcher is going to throw an EMP onto his very dear friend. That is a thermite. The Zofia stuns are being caught out. Never mind, not being caught out. In fact, Reactionist is going to get caught out on the wrong side of the play. And once again, the bandit trick will not be possible for his side. The Kite is obviously being banned, and that is what is bringing out the bandit on a rather more of a desperate option that KCE has to rely on, while play will be playing onto the Harry Potter of Garage. Very interesting position to play on. Usually you don't see anybody playing here, but a maneuver and the rotate has already come down from the side of the attacking team. They've got the main breach done. Now the focus is going to be on the other side of the map, that is this west side, and the construction breach will be happening any moment now. The castle barricades this time around are done a little close to sight. That is going to make sure that is denying so many lines of sight and angles for the defenders and the attackers for that matter. That's castle barricades do work both ways. While Hunter, once again, he's got himself a nice angle. No lives lost so far. 5 men alive on both the sides, and it'll only come down to who gets the maximum frags, because it looks like Tier and Williams again. Oh, look at that frag from Sakib. He's gonna one-tap Hunter from that little slit that he's got himself between the green box and the bomb. Meanwhile, okay, as I speak about it, it's all on to Messi in a 1 versus 5 ace-class position. He's really in a bad spot. He's making his way back, but he's spotted the Zofia. Zofia out of bullets. He's going to go for the peek. Gets the headshot onto the Bjol, but he's going to be lit up while he went for that peek for himself. All right, a melee hold comes into play, but at what cost is the real question here. He's going to get spotted out. He's on 1 HP essentially. No way he can walk out of here, as everybody from the side of TRN is starting to hunt for this man. Thermite just making his way through, not noticing where the Jaeger is playing. Kinslayer, that is. That's part of the Jaeger. Pre-fires come in. Will the Jaeger win this fight? No, he's gone prone. He's going to come up. Does he win this fight? No, he won. Kingslayer gets that final pistol kill and the finisher for TRN Valiants. King's Crew, a mistake that they could not get back up, is giving TRN Valiants so much room to establish map control for themselves. They got the breach done early. They had the garage breach in place as well. It did not matter if the castle was playing in the Harry Potter area, because the maneuver did come in and they rotate all the way on towards construction. But the construction breach and the push came in. It was a clean sweep, a very methodical, a very nice attack in terms of how Valiants played that out. And that is exactly how you would attack a classic, a very textbook display of skills from the side of these teams. And very well played by Valiants. Get themselves another round on board as we proceed to round 4.
2-1 is the scoreline indeed for TRN Valiants. They are nicely in the lead right now. I would say kind of in the driver's seat, not quite yet. They would definitely like to extend their lead even farther, as the Kingster need to make sure that whatever mistake they made in the last round, definitely one of them, as Foxy said, and probably the biggest one, was to give away so much map control to the side of TRN Valiants, and they'll have to try and rectify that with their roamers this time around. But will they be able to do it in time is the question indeed. Garage reinforcements come out once again from JD, and he's going to be joined by, looks like, Play on the Wamai this time around. So more denial being brought in from the side of the defenders as well. They definitely don't want those projectiles flying everywhere. They prove to be a bit of a pain to deal with, and that is what they're going to be countering with their operator selection in this round. 2 of CCTV is once again the site in play, so that should help King's Crew familiarize themselves with the position, because they might just expect a pretty similar push from the side of TRN Valiants on this attack once again. And whether or not it will be, I think it might be a very similar push, but of course Valiants will be adapting according to what they need. Hunter, I'm not sure why he was going prone right next to the Drono right there. He knows that there's going to be usage of a lot of utility through that particular drone. We've got a Thatcher that's going to take out the bandit charges, and Wamai is going to put down a magnet, and that should stop the bandit. Will it? Not in time, as bandit will get the trick off, and that is a great play from both reactionists and play. The bandit and the Wamai in tandem getting the job done. One of Sophia's concussive nades, unfortunately, not going to be alive. Oh, what a drone threat. Not sure where that drone came out of, but whoever's drone that was, that was a hot throw right out of the border of the map. Unfortunately, that drone will be no longer in play, as bandit is still sitting there. Reactionist has been allowed to. Oh, he's gonna be blown away by Dipchol, who's gonna be using the impact grenades instead from the bottom floor on the lounge, taking the bandit out of the board, as well as helping Thermite get the main breach done. But that is, of course, at the cost of his second brimstone charge. So he's going to have to be careful of that. So the attackers, as TR8 Valence, are now trying to regroup and push through to construction. But Messi this time is here this time. He's got somebody that is Saqib, looks like, inside of construction. And there he goes. He's off the board. Saqib with a beautiful kill onto the Jaeger. Will take control of construction. Majima finds play as well. That's another big kill. The Meister's trying to find one more, but no. JD goes down. It's all down to the Legion, as Majima's got a double kill for himself. Hunter, he's pushing up to construction. Will he find anybody? He finds the Buck, but there's the Hibana. He will find the Hibana as well with the pistol onto the head, and that is going to give him a double kill and the diffuser in his control. He's got a thermite on red stairs, and that is going to be the end of him, as Kingslayer will shut down the remaining Legion, who tried to put up a good fight, but it was all in vain. At the end of the day, TR8 Valiants take round 4.
No, definitely well played by Williams once again. Like I said, textbook stuff, methodical, very well played, good trades that they've got for themselves. And more than that, it's the fact that they're punishing KCE for every little mistake that they're doing. KCE brings out a trade that shouldn't really happen. Valiance is here to punish them. The push from JD once again on the Maestro onto the main breach. I get it. That was a dire situation for him to make plays happen, but Majima was there once again, making sure he's standing up for his team and getting himself that frag. And the frag game right now is very important, and that KC is just not able to fight against. Valiance bringing out their guns alive on the board, and more than that, it's just been a rather great display of skills for that matter for this team. But that out of the way, we'll be up and running on round 5 right now. JD will be running the mute here, as looks like they'll be employing once again something in. Never mind. It's actually, I think it's essentially it is somewhat in the essence of the SSG roam strat, but all right, here's the thing. I've got to tell it out to anybody if you're confused, man. You cannot really just you cannot take a strategy that is very well thought, and mind you, that back then the Mozzie had a super shorty as well. A strategy that employs 100% win rate on a pro league level. Employing that strategy for yourselves and making changes for yourselves is good as well. I mean, I'm not saying that that's bad or something, but I think you're forgetting the essence of how a strategy with a rather unbreakable win rate works, is because it has specific functions for specific utilities and specific positions to play on. And that's just, you cannot just change some things up and hope that it'll work. But let us see if that might work in this case or not. Dibjob is going to find the castle on his drone. He's going to get another drone back up, as the breach on the construction has already happened. But look at this, the kitchen breach is already happening as well. The roam is still into play, but looks like the attackers are just isolating the roam as of now. Thatcher is going to be sitting Majima, that is, on the flank watch, and this is a really good position being played by Valiance, and more than that, very good decision making. I've got to tell the boys that right now they're getting all the drone works in, they're getting maximum information for themselves. Somebody's watching the flank as well. The soft breach rather is being done from Saqib, that is the Buck. Already made their way inside kitchen, they got themselves the hatch open, and now the soft breach is into play. No C4 being employed, but the castle is going to have a hard time playing down below. He's going to fall back as well. Dibjol, now he's got to go on his run once again. Get some final pings in before he makes this push happen. He's, of course, the Zofia that has to still make the push happen. A very patient or rather very strategical push coming in from Valiance once again. Dibjol waiting for that peak, but Reactionist is gonna take down Sakib. That's your buck of the board. Oh, Reactionist! Alright. Rather, the Reactionist comes alive once again. He's gonna claim the life of Archangel. Kingslayer takes down Hunter. That's a 4 versus 2, not in the favor of Valiance. Majima. He's gonna get the flanker, but here's another flank from me. So he's gonna claim that life as well. But the peak comes in right back from the Thatcher. It's a 1 versus 4. Make that a 1 versus 3. Majima gets that frag onto JD. That's your mute of the board. The round that was supposed to be in the favor of Valiance has suddenly turned in the favor of King's Crew, as they got themselves some really nice frags that Valiance were not expecting that kind of aggression. Majima in a 1 versus 3 situation, he's gonna get the deployable camo, rather that is a default corner. Oh, what a headshot comes in and connects. But King's Crew is here to survive on round 5 as Play gets himself a nice kill with the Frost. And alright, there we go. A nice finisher as well. Good play coming in from King's Crew here eventually. They did happen to maneuver themselves back onto side in the right place at the right time. Got themselves some nice frags on side as well. The push from Valiance stopped the moment that the only person pushing tunnel was taken down. That is a mistake that Valiance made, and King's Crew were they were a little too fast to convert on it. Winning that gunfight onto a Zipjol, the Zofia making that push happen from construction, was very important. That was indeed the choke point that KC did not have in their favor, and I think that was the Legion. I'm not sure who was playing it. It was not Reactionist. Reactionist playing the Castle. Legion working that to perfection, getting that frag for himself. Secured the round right then, right there. 3-2 is going to be the scoreline before we go inside the roll swap. Round 6 is up and running.
And yep, 1 round away from the roll swap on to round 6. 3-2 in favor of TRN Valence. It's just a 1-round lead going in to the midway point of this match. And it looks like, excuse me, it looks like going into round 7, this truly is the halfway point of the game, because I think King's Crew, off the back of that victory on Basement Church in the previous round, is going to be taking, will be looking to take this round with a renewed fervor, a renewed confidence of sorts, because they were very good in that last round, taking down the attackers 1 by 1 and making sure that whatever push they had set up, TR and Valence were not able to execute because of the way King's Crew had set themselves up, picking their gunfights and taking them and taking the victory at the end. Now, of course, with action phase of round 6, things can change very quickly, as we once again don't have a Wamai here. Instead, we have a Legion. Not really sure what he's sitting inside of Red Stairs for. Maybe waiting if somebody tries to go for the push on to Red Stairs. That is definitely what the best he can do with his Goo Mines and his T5 SMG. While Reactionist on the Bandit once again is just waiting in the wings for Zofia to try and do something with Zofia and Thermite, excuse me, to try and do something with Thatcher on board. Castle has joined the Legion right now in Eastern Stairs. As the flashbang comes out, it's going to flash the Legion. I think he's just face checking for that, as Zofia's oh, okay, I realize what they've done now. Okay, I didn't catch on. I'm not really sure why I didn't catch on, but the reason Legion's sitting there is to give a closer line of sight to Zofia's concussion nades rather than Bandit. You see, he's just close enough to the drone hole for the lifelines to go off on him instead of the Bandit, which will allow Reactionist to Bandit trick with ease, and he has exactly done that, and now he's pulling away because now Dibjo is going on the bottom floor, the first floor, excuse me, onto Lounge to try and get a vertical line of sight for himself, but he's got a Castle Breaker to deal with and Play, that is Castle himself, on the blue hatch inside of Stocks. A good play from King's Crew right now, face checking those the lifelines from Zofia, but no, unfortunate for the Castle. He tried to make a rotate for himself with a super shorty, but only 3 buckshot shells will not allow him to do that, as he will go down instead. And it looks like the vertical angle will be established, but no, Sakib is going to go down to Messi, making it a 4v4, as Play says the door was cleared for him. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, we're not entirely sure, because on our end, the door was still closed. We've got the main breach coming out finally from the side of the attacking team. TRN8 Valiance have gotten it off, but is it too late with only 50 seconds left on the clock? Messi still on this deep roam here on Bedroom Hallway. He's going to make his way back to site any second now once the push from TRN8 comes in this 4v4 match situation. He's been spotted, mind you, inside of logistics office and now inside a bedroom with the drone coming in from the window and another drone from the stairs. He is being hunted right now, and he has to be very careful of where he pushes from or where he positions himself on. He's got a peek into bathroom for that matter, but the Zophie will take advantage of that instead and get the kill. Dibjol taking down the deep roamer Messi as Thatcher is trying to take out one of the castle barricades on CCTV's window. At least that is what he was doing, and Kingstar is taking out JD in the meanwhile, but he'll be refragged onto by Reaction as the bandit on red stairs, make it a 3v2. No, Reactions goes down, and so does the last defender as bodies are dropped in a flurry, as Dibjol will clean up onto the last defender from the looks of things and give TRN8 Valiant round 6.
Well, Tier and Valiant's putting rounds on board for themselves while on attack. Mind you, Clubhouse happens to be a defender-favored map, and looks like KCE just not bringing the best of the game for themselves, getting only 2 rounds on board before this role swap has happened. Now with the role swap into play, Valiants are going to be on a little bit more of a favored position as Clubhouse. Like I said, it's a little defender-favored, and the way that the strategies have been employed so far on a map like this, me and Blackjack know this for a fact that Clubhouse has been played extensively, so much in this entire league, and once again, we're seeing Clubhouse here as well. Let's see how that is going to fare as we proceed to round 7. Pulse having a little bit of a difficulty. Not sure who's playing Pulse there. Pulse definitely does not have the WE Black SSD for himself. That is JD. He is still the WE Black SSD, JD. Come on, no, spend less time waiting and more time gaming with that SSD for yourself. But that out of the way right now, JD's top priority is going to be getting himself some rounds on board, and more than that, that is going to be a priority for the entire crew of the King, as I might like to say. Dibjol making some rotations for him and his teammates, making sure that the site is well reinforced, well fortified as well, getting the rotations done in the right places. Archangel is playing a little towards the side of logistics. I think he's just on drone hunt for himself. Any drones that he can spot out will get spotted out and taken away as well. Majima comes out with the bandit battery. Let us see how Kingscrew decide to counter the bandit trick that will come out from Valiants. Kingscrew definitely, they did bring on some big brain plays for themselves. They're making sure that the bandit trick is not allowed to happen, but yeah, then again, sometimes it did happen, sometimes it did not. It eventually did come down to TR on the Valiants, making that push happen from the side of construction. All the Ibana pellets being used on the garage wall, and looks like the exothermic charge from JD will be used to make sure they get themselves a breach done onto the main wall. Reaction is here to help his friend and teammate, that is a thermite. EMP is going to go out, but the bandit is up and ready in the right place. Will he get the breach? No, he won't, and the breach has happened. Bandit, a little time from Majima. I don't think he was able to hear out where that breach was happening, and the thermite charge placement was something that he just could not make a judgment of. Bandit does get noticed. He's going to fall back. Nothing to claim here. 5-5 so far. Only JD has lost a little bit of HP. I'm not sure where that has come in from. The Jaeger holding down very steady, but the drone gets taken away. Kingslayer has to make sure he gets some help in from Sakib, that is the Pulse. He's definitely trading off a lot of information with the cardiac sensor that he's got for himself, while Archangel takes a few shots for himself. Zofia making this push happen from downstairs. That is play. He's going to stun the brains out for the Legion, and the impacts are into play as well. Zofia making his push happen. Player's got to make sure he wins this fight, but the Prone P comes in from the Legion, but he's still going to win that. Headshot coming in from the Zofia. Archangel goes down. Now he's got control onto the top metal, while Kingslayer is here to refrag. A 4 versus 4, but the smoke canisters are what are stopping play from making this plays happen. He's going to maneuver back towards the main breach, and he has made this a very sneaky play, but the push comes in from SMG11, and he's not going to win that either. A 4 versus 1 make that, as JD is the only one from the side of KCE left alive. He doesn't even get the first frag, or will he not? Push comes in from the blue, and that is it. The reload animation is what is going to stop JD from going into this match here, as we look for a Rios request coming in from the side of play as we proceed into this match ahead. Let us see on how this match will turn out eventually as we proceed to round 8. Be right back, guys. Just a moment. Rehost request has come in from the side of KCE. That means they request a rehost. We'll be up and running on round 8 in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. More rounds are waiting on how this match is going to turn on Valiance versus King's Crow in just a moment.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the matchup between TRN Valiants and King's Crew on the map of Clubhouse. We are back after the rehost was requested and a bit of a tactical timeout from one of the teams right here, as it is now 5-2 on round 8. Here on Clubhouse, we are, of course, post-roll swap, and TRN Valiants have so far been absolutely dominating in the plays that they have brought out for their team. And it really has been a day of dominating plays. Wouldn't you agree, Foxy? Because we've had a 7-0 for the first game between Sava versus Dark Shadow. We had a 7-2 that Team Super took over Revolution X Veterans. And now it's a 5-2 between TRN Valiants and King's Crew. Quite the interesting round differentials we've had so far, haven't we?
Indeed. In fact, it's been it's been a long day for teams that have been trying to keep their pace up against the other ones that definitely walked away with the victory. But King's Crew, now that they've got themselves a little bit of a timeout, I think maybe they've got their composure back. I'm not sure what obviously went down in the voice comms, what they're planning to fix up. Because right now, it looks like a long mountain to climb against Valiants. Because Valiants, they themselves are bringing out something in terms of an SSG strat. What is going on with the teams on the server? Why does everybody want to do the strat? Why?
Oh, boy.
I think it'll reach its saturation point sooner than we expected. And
very much so.
Yep, and people will just it's just going to be a moment where people will understand how to stop improvising stuff, and it'll just be one rather a saturated push in terms of how this will turn out. But it is indeed a strat that does offer maximum probability in terms of winning, but looks like the push from blue has already happened. But that'll get shut down by one or two of them, in fact, and something that they were not expecting. But Archangel is still on the top floor. Will he get this frag? He does notice a battle of the Ibana. Now he's a little too careful. Messi, something that KC was not expecting, and TRN Valiants stand on a rather good position to take this to match point. Another kill comes in from Dipjol. It's all on to JD and Messi. Messi is going to be in launches, and JD is going to be inside construction tunnel. Very far apart from each other. There's no way they even can get themselves crossfires established, but JD is making his way back up. A possible re-establishment in terms of positioning that they want to get themselves. But Messi has got to make this push happen from the side of blue. The alibi Prisma does get noticed out by Messi, or at least gets heard of by him. Not sure if he's noticed that. Messi still very strong on the blue extension. He's the only attacker that is left with enough HP to take a few gunfights for himself. JD making his way through main stairs, and he's in the public toilets area. Still not making the push happen. Well, let us see if King's Crew are going to stop the advancement of Valiants on towards match point. I think Messi does notice there's somebody playing here, but no, he's going to lose that gunfight against the SMG-11 of Archangel. JD is the only one left alive with 1 HP and a dream in a air situation. He gets the first down. That is Sakip off the board, but the confirmation of the kill has still not come in. A flash, but to no avail, as there's nobody to find him. In fact, some pre-fires come in from him. Archangel making his way up. Dipjol is just going to team kill him. That is alright, Dipjol. That's very interesting play from the man. Some friendly toxicity between the teammates, while JD has gone for a rather quick rotate all the way on towards outside the window of billiards. JD knows there's really nothing he can do at this point. With a 1 versus 4 that he's got to make a clutch happen against Valiants, and Valiants looks like they want to take this to match point. JD just running around is a little haywired. Nothing to find here. He's going to drop down on the oil pits, making his push happen. He does spot the alibi, but he's going to shoot the Prisma of all things. Not really across here. You want to be about the pocket. Oh, comes in. And the disrespect. The Prisma kill. What? That's not even the impact. He's going to kill the Prisma. What? Oh my God. Oh, boy. That is some next level disrespect, and taking this match into match point 6-2.
Oh.
What? Are you kidding me?
Oh boy.
Oh.
Well then, that's gonna sting. That is definitely gonna sting for for King's Crew right there. That is a way and a half to finish a round indeed. Throwing a Prisma, not to distract, but to get the final kill. on a Thermite on 1 HP. JD's not going to be all too happy about that. Pretty sure Kings are looking at that thinking, okay, we know we're 6-2 down, but you don't have to do us that dirty. Come on, Valiants. Oh, what a Prisma throw. Never thought I would see the day, but what a Prisma throw indeed from TRN8 Valiants right there. Excuse me. As we're going to be going to second for Gym Bedroom from the side of TRN Valiants. They're on match point 6-2 in their favor on a round 9. As out the back of that alibi Prisma throw, I mean, at this point, King's Crew, they have some fight left in them. I'll give them that. But given what we've seen from Valiant so far, they might not be able to pull this one out of the bag just yet. But if they do, it will be one of the greatest comebacks of all time. I mean, I'm not even kidding right there. But will they be able to? Nope, I don't think they will. Anyway, coming back to the match in hand, we've got match point here on round 9 as Majima's finishing up the castle barricade on the gym window and the gym door. We've got the Mozzie in play and Archangel with the TCSG on the ACOG this time. And, I mean, at this point, we all know how that gun was nerf buffed at the same time. You know, simultaneously, we have Sledge making sure that Play can push through the Monty into Garage Catwalk. He's going to take out the default cam. Nice and quickly as the take onto CCTV is coming in from the side of King's Crew on the attack right now. He has a drone as well inside of CCTV as another drone comes out from Hunter. He's going to throw it in through the drone hole and make sure that nobody's on the red stairs. But all of the defenders that are in this area are inside of cash room with an angle from construction as well. Of course, that's going to deter King's Crew's push for a bit. And there we go. Dibjo's going to be taking the kill onto Hunter, bopping the head, as it were. And now Monty has come in to block off the doorway for the time being. They know that there's a castle that's Majima sitting inside of cash room, and the Mozzie on the doorway of cash in construction with that line of sight on the double wall. Flashbang comes in, AD is going to cast that out. Another one is thrown from above, but it doesn't really flash the castle. Not really sure why, but it's not going to do anything to Majima for the time being, as Thermite has breached the single wall of construction. There we go, another flashbang. He's going to do what it is intended to do, but the Monty hasn't pushed up yet because he's afraid of the Mozzie getting the kill onto him. And a C4 from Sakib is going to take down Messi, leaving the Monty the only one alive in that area from the looks of things. Thermite is below, that's JD, but now Play is got to deal with 3 defenders looking in his general direction. Reactionist has dropped in towards CCTV window, but will he be able to find a couple of kills off the back of the Monty playing around here? Play takes a bit more damage from that impact thrown by the castle as the Thatcher with the R33 is slowly pushing up. He's been spotted. The Mozzie will still take that kill as it's all down to Monty inside of CCTV right now, as Dibjol has gotten a double kill for himself. Majima's going to take down Play. That's the Monty at the board, and it's all down to JD once again in a 1v5 clutch situation. He's got more HP than he did in the last round, but it's still an ace clutch that he has to do without diffuser on Gym Bedroom site, while TRN Valiant sit oh so comfortably on match point. He's got 22 seconds to make it count, or something around that time, as the Jaeger is going to go for the peak, and no, it's not going to work out for JD. Kingslayer will happily take that kill, as Kingslayer is going to slay the King's Crew, and TRN Valiants are going to take Clubhouse 7-2.
And now that I notice it, Kingslayer slayed the King's Crew. Now, very interesting wordplay there, right, Blackjack? Bringing your top tier play, casting wordplay here, okay? But yeah, that was very interesting. Kingslayer definitely slaying down King's Crew there, getting the final frag for himself and the team. Get themselves a 7-2 victory. Once again, it was all the matches, in fact. Blackjack, any closing thoughts that you have for today on the day 3 of the Season 3 qualifiers?
Well, for one thing, it has definitely been very consistently, the victories, that is, have been have had very large round differentials very consistently. as a refresher for all of our viewers back at home. The first match between Dark Shadow versus Saver Esports. Saver Esports won that on Clubhouse 7-0. The second match between Team Super and Revolution X Veterans on the map of Coastline was won by Team Super 7-2. And the third match that we concluded just now between TRN Valiance and King's Crew Esports, TRN Valiance have taken this match 7-2 as well. And that is going to be it from the both of us. And my closing thoughts, well, hopefully more the next games that we have coming up for the remaining days of the qualifiers, we might I hope we get to see some overtime matches. I know, in qualifiers that's a bit of a big dream, but we might see it. We've seen it before, and a man can hope for sure. But with that being said, that's going to be it from myself, Blackjack, and my beautiful co-caster, Foxy, for Day 3 of qualifiers of Season 3 of the WD Black, the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege. We'll be seeing you tomorrow for Day 4 of the qualifiers with a lot more Siege action coming your way. So stay tuned and good night.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.